everyone, welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts. We got myself, Liam, Waz, Lucas, Greg. The crew is back.
I'm back.
It's been like 2 months since we've seen Greg, but he's back. He's alive. Wow.
This is like our first...
Punch the fans.
See, that's how bad I am now. I gotta get used to this again.
Greg, introduce yourself because we have a lot of new subscribers and people listening to podcasts.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg. I just joined the show, just right now. Just kidding. I've been here for a bit now.
Who do you support?
And I am a Fulham fan.
Why?
Because Fulham is amazing.
They're not. Okay, if you are a new subscriber, we greatly appreciate it. Whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, wherever you came from, we greatly appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Hit like, comment down below, get involved in the conversation. Check us out on any and all social medias.
And follow us on podcast apps if that's your thing.
Just want to listen?
TikTok,
Go ahead.
Man. TikTok, man.
It's been, a week since our last episode?
8 days.
A lot has happened.
And a lot has happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that the football world has...
We hope everyone had a
It's like a tornado went through the holidays. And all we've had is Premier League shut down our
For
throats.
Premier League, a tornado basically has gone.
Yeah, and a bunch of transfers happened that were very stupid.
How many
big games.
How many games have Liverpool played in the past 2 weeks? Lucas?
4?
5.
That's a lot.
They only really lost one, if you're counting the
Oh, yeah.
I can't even talk.
Yes, we do hope you all had a good holiday season. This is going to be uploaded on New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. So happy New Year's. Welcome to the new decade.
New decade.
New decade.
Wow. New decade, new 90th minute.
We are going to have a little bit of a decade discussion at the end of this episode. So stick around for that. Timestamps will be in the bio. So
also, we're going to talk about Liam's Celtic later on.
Yeah,
make sure you stay around for the old firm.
How many old firms have been there soon? Recently?
Like there's been 2.
We played 2 weeks ago, not even a week and a half ago, in the cup final.
Oh, right, you won some
this
Tim
was in the
Pod
league.
trophy.
It's our 10th trophy in a row.
Okay.
When was the last time you won a trophy?
Well, let me think.
Yeah.
2 seasons.
May have to go back a bit.
But we'll talk about Celtic later on.
Yes.
We're going to start with the Premier League.
There's a lot going on in the
Oh my God, which match day do we start with?
Well, we'll just talk about the latest match.
Yes, we'll start
the biggest one, I guess.
Well, they were all pretty big on Sunday.
Arsenal versus Chelsea. Mikel Arteta's first game at the Emirates.
Second. Oh,
at the Emirates. Don't listen. You're stat man, but you're not the good stat man. You're not Dave. Ozil, relax.
It's true, Ozil.
We're going to start with Arsenal versus Chelsea. It was a huge game. Like I said, Arteta's first game at the Emirates. Frank Lampard looking to get a little bit more form back into his Chelsea side after some poor
rough results.
Few is an understatement, Greg.
Yeah, that's true, honestly.
They've dropped some games, and for whatever reason, Arsenal, they couldn't beat Chelsea when it mattered most.
Arsenal only have 1 win in their last 15 matches in all competitions.
That's shocking.
It is a shame of what's happening to Arsenal.
Yeah, but I didn't think Arsenal played that bad.
No.
Actually, they started off very well. Yeah. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scores in the 13th minute. It was a good goal. Diving header. Great celebration. Love to use some front flips.
Yeah.
I thought it was too excessive.
But he always does.
He always does the front flip.
That, but
his trademark.
Your team has been awful for the past how many weeks? You're gonna celebrate like you won the World Cup.
You're gonna tell someone to not do their trademark celebration.
If we're talking about celebrating like a World Cup,
We'll get there.
Fucking Slippy G over here. I'm pissed off.
This is true.
Give it one shit.
Yes.
But yeah, Arsenal were playing very well. You could see that
they were,
even though Mikel Arteta hasn't been there for that long, you could see that he's definitely trying to implement a style.
There was more structure there, and it looked better.
I like how he, changed up in the back line, start Callum Chambers back there. Half an hour in, bring back Mustafi.
Yeah, because Callum Chambers gets injured, which is unfortunate for him.
He seemed more alive.
He assisted on the goal though.
He did. I do agree with that. Arsenal had a bit more life to it, a bit more energy.
They wanted to fight for once.
There was a little bit more movement. They were tracking back. It was
Ozil was looking like he was in his prime.
Ozil actually looked like he wanted to play for Arsenal.
I'm gonna make
the fans were good too. They were excited.
I still don't know how to feel about Ozil because
he was great in the match though.
Yeah,
Ozil is a very gifted, talented footballer with poor work ethic.
He was playing well in this match.
He was playing well.
He did play well.
He wanted to show for the new manager who's actually there.
He either A, wanted to show for a new manager, or B, he was looking for he wanted the other teams who may be scouting him to notice
Or
him.
maybe these chains that have been locked onto him for these past 18 months have been unchained.
He said, "Good evening, Unai Emery.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Mikel is here."
The thing is, Mikel Arteta is so well known for Arsenal, right?
Yeah,
and
he
he
is.
comes in and it just brings a big difference.
Arteta
for
played with
Arsenal.
Ozil, didn't he?
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's
it's
Arteta
cool to think like
it,
that.
It
I
hasn't
guess.
been a million years since Arteta left Arsenal. I mean,
It's
yes,
been
he's done his coaching and he's been at City for a handful of seasons, but
Has it been like
5, 6
5
years.
years, I'd say.
He played in 2016.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long ago. I mean, we're in 2020 now, so yeah, 4 or 5 seasons ago.
Yeah.
But yes, Arsenal start decently, but as Arsenal is, they fall apart.
Even though Chelsea were terrible.
They were?
when they they were playing with a 3-back formation, which it was successful against Spurs, but
Rudiger, Zuma, and Tomori.
it wasn't good against Southampton.
Nope.
Which we'll talk about in later.
Yep.
But they switched it up, and they were before they could barely make 3 passes. Now they could actually make some passes, but throughout the pretty much entire match, they weren't really creating any good final balls except for maybe that one chance from Lamptey that passed it to Abraham in the second half. But for the most part, it was generally a poor display, just even with them switching to the 4-back, in my opinion.
Yeah, Chelsea have not looked red hot probably for the entire month of December, we're going to say. They were great early on in the season, and
We were considering them like third place.
yeah, they
stuff.
looked really good at the beginning. They've fallen off form a little bit. They are still up in the European places still.
Oh, that like second place to 5th place is
It's tight.
tight.
But it ends 2-1 Chelsea. Goals from Jorginho in the 83rd and Tammy Abraham in the 87th.
Leno.
An absolute
That was-
collapse.
Leno.
You gotta it's such an individual mistake, but I feel bad for him too. Like
Well, as you've had a few of individual mistakes by your goalkeeper, how do you feel about this?
it happens. Not much you can do about it.
that's the thing. Like
Bergano's
Arsenal
been-
fought well.
I
They
think,
wanted to win this game for the fans, for the new manager at
No,
home.
he's a good keeper. There's no doubt about that.
He's been a very good keeper for
It's
Arsenal, yeah.
unfortunate. That's the only way you can look at it. You can't save everything, and sometimes a goalie's gonna have a couple mistakes.
Everyone makes an individual mistake.
Except
at some
for I
point.
think Allison.
No, he's made mistakes.
Okay, I'm just talking about players
as
in
big
general.
as
though.
Leno or David De Gea.
I mean,
recently.
Leicester last season in like the first few games of the
Oh,
season when he
well,
was just
yeah.
playing with the ball, and then Leicester took it off and then
Yeah.
they scored.
Yeah, but
Here's what I want to talk about. You look at Arsenal and we look at the players they have going forward. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, whoever you want to toss in there. They had 2 shots on net this entire game.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good enough. You're not going to win a Premier League game against a top 6 opposition
And also,
with 2 shots on
they
net.
also had a chance before Chelsea's first goal. It was Willock, I believe.
Oh yeah.
It was such a good chance he misses the net. If if he took his chance there, Arsenal would have been loving life.
2-0 up, yeah. But, so Arsenal with the attacking possibilities they have, why are they not performing? Is it system? Is it the players who just don't work together? Or is it something else?
Just based on last season, you could tell that Lacazette and Aubameyang worked well together, though. So
They did,
what's
yeah.
what's wrong with it now?
Well, I think it's starting to work better now. There's still some problems, obviously, but I think as more training sessions are done by Mikel Arteta and the players start to grasp the
Yeah.
system, and
It'll look
hopefully if
better.
Arsenal...
To be
board-
fair, Arteta was kind of thrown into a very chaotic time in the Premier League.
Oh,
There's
definitely.
so many games going on. He hasn't really had a good amount of time to kind of like sit down with the team and say, hey, this is how we're gonna go. Because it always seems like every 3 days now there's a match.
Yeah.
So
It's against
especially in this time of the
It's
year,
against
right?
big opposition.
So
now.
he's kind of had a handful of matches to kind of just get prepared and settled into the club.
he's just going to need to be back in the transfer
Yeah.
windows.
And with Arsenal, you never know with them in the transfer window. They seem to be very tight with their money.
Especially...
Xhaka.
And they've... Well, yeah, Jacques... well, he might be getting sold.
Well, I know. In the
I think there's a
past,
handful of
I
players.
know in
that
the
get
past we
sold.
said, oh, what about Koulibaly, a name we always throw out because he's a top defender, and Napoli are kind of
The name
weird.
I haven't heard thrown around for Arsenal is Upamecano.
But no,
I don't know why he would
the
leave
thing is,
Leipzig
why,
right
why
now.
would a player like Koulibaly go to Arsenal?
Okay, why would
Yeah.
Upamecano leave a Leipzig who's top of the Bundesliga for an 11th
right
place
now,
Arsenal?
that's the thing, right?
And yes, Arsenal have money to spend. They'll give the
have history,
nice
yeah.
contract. Playing the Premier League always is enticing to players, but Arsenal are not a top side anymore. Similar to United, They can't. No, but you can't. You cannot attract the top players anymore.
And then,
Am I wrong?
And then Arsenal spent 72 million on Pepe. And
That's going to take some time to recover. Yeah.
Hopefully he starts performing as the season goes on, or at least in the
the
future.
only thing he's shown is he can score set pieces. Very nice free kicks.
Well, I did say when he was signed, I said that it would be too much money for what he's worth.
When we started the season, we did our Premier League predictions at the beginning. We all, I think, predicted Arsenal to be that team just to score so many goals all the time and just concede goals. They'd win games 3-2 and stuff like that.
On a side note, I was looking through that prediction video and we're not good at that stuff. So
I had Arsenal 5th.
I don't think anyone could really have predicted how the Premier League was going to be right now.
The Prem is crazy.
I was the only one that had Leicester in the top 6. Thank you.
Right now, if you
because they smashed Atalanta.
Okay, I had Liverpool in third.
Right now,
so
it's
okay. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
Let's on this match. Chelsea gets the victory.
Yes.
Which is great for Chelsea. And
no, I don't like it because they won.
Chelsea are 4th, 35 points.
I'm just
Arsenal
saying.
are 12th, 24 points.
12th. That's what.
This is a very scary time to be an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah.
Because relegation is looking like an
They
option. They won't get relegated.
They're not.
No.
They are 5 points ahead of West Ham, who sit on 17th. One spot
It's
above
very,
relegation.
very close. That's a scary thing. It's just how close it is.
The thing
6
is,
points.
Yeah, it's
There's
insane.
6 points out of relegation.
2 losses
2 games.
and
there's no way. There's no way that they'll get relegated.
I can't say that. I can't say that anymore because I said there'd be no 9-0 game.
Yeah.
That's why I can't make bold predictions. I don't think Arsenal will get relegated. That'd be nuts.
A couple months ago, we said the thing of will Manchester United get relegated, right?
Yeah, look at us
That was
now.
Will
Yeah.
Arsenal get relegated?
Don't look at us now.
Yeah.
You're not a consistent juggernaut anymore. You guys are still
We'll get to you.
shaky at best. Ole's at the wheel. He's had a few to drink.
But overall, obviously Chelsea are the happier team. They didn't play well for most of the match, but they got the goals when it was necessary. And
Well, it's always what we talked about, where the better teams will they play bad but get the result, right?
Should we look at their previous match days
Yes.
for both clubs? So we'll quickly talk about Arsenal. They get a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. This is match day 19 in the Premier League.
Yeah, this was Mikel Arteta's debut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Away at Bournemouth, bad
a
result.
draw?
It's a bad result. Bournemouth have been very poor this
I
year.
mean, I thought Arsenal did
Yeah.
play well in this match.
Bournemouth are down at relegation, Lucas.
Bournemouth have been. They beat Chelsea,
We'll
Bournemouth
get
is
on to
better.
that, yes.
but no, that was that was before.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed watching Bournemouth in this match. I thought they were creating some nice chances. A little unlucky not to have more than one goal, but you could say the same about Arsenal because I would say in the second half, Arsenal were the better team and they were creating more chances. But Aubameyang's goal where it deflects to him was the one that tied the match, and unfortunately for Arsenal, they couldn't get a second and a 1-1 draw.
I mean, it's better than a loss.
Let me just say this. Arsenal have scored 26 goals so far this Premier League season. Aubameyang has 11 of them. If Aubameyang goes down
Aubameyang has 14, doesn't he?
in the Premier League, he's 11. Does he not? Am I wrong in saying
I
this?
think you're wrong.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, you are
He's
wrong.
got 13 in the Premier League.
13. Okay, I apologize. So even though that's even worse, if Aubameyang goes down, what the hell happens to Arsenal?
There's also rumors that he wants to leave in January, according
Well, of
to
course
his
he-
agent.
No, yeah.
His team is
Why
in
would you
12th.
want to stay there right now?
Yeah, his contract's running out in 18 months, and
Those players want to play Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I wouldn't really want a player at my club who doesn't want to be there.
You have a few of those yourself.
Right now, I don't know about that. Relax.
Yeah, Paul.
We'll talk about United.
yeah. So overall,
They're
not
different.
not a good 2 matches for Arsenal. 1 point out of 6, which isn't ideal.
You can't put blame on Arteta. He's literally just walked in the door. it's the team he's got. It's the players he has available.
This is a
to him.
big, a big project for
Yeah.
Arteta.
Yeah, at least you're seeing something different right now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's getting a lot of phone calls to Pep. He's like, "What do I do?" He's like,
No,
and I need the advice.
If I'm Arteta, I'm looking to rebuild Arsenal.
Yeah, but I mean, he's probably gonna look to Pep Guardiola for a little bit of advice.
Pep.
There's a lot of managers who do that.
Yeah, but he's already gone. He's spent years with Pep.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go and splash cash on huge players for Arsenal. I'd go to a Lewis Dunk and say,
You have to splash big cash for Lewis Dunk because he's English.
Yeah, but he's not going to be the Upamecano money.
He's going to be like 40, 50
Yeah,
million.
he's
That's
gonna-
not the
that's his-
60, 70 of Upamecano.
I don't even think
The thing is, Arsenal's-
is worth that much, but
No, he's not. But I'm saying that kind of player, like
or no,
like
you,
your
or
mid-table,
you go for a
or like
Yeah.
a Matt Doherty at Wolves.
Or
Yeah.
Arsenal need to be smart and find gems in the market. Like Liverpool,
Yeah.
they signed Minamino
yeah,
for $7.5 million.
and just like Arsenal did when Arsene Wenger came in. He signed players that were not huge names, who were playing in France or playing in smaller divisions or smaller teams, and build them into stars and create a team and create energy there.
Well, because Arsenal splashed the cash on Pepe, and
And it hasn't paid
it hasn't
off.
worked out. No.
You
No,
have
they-
you have good players in there. You have to build around them and create a more solid foundation.
Splashing cash is fine if you're buying for the right players. So,
Sometimes it just doesn't work.
Like when they bought Aubameyang, that was a good piece of business.
yeah.
He wasn't 100 million. He was he was a bit less.
but he was still performing and scoring about a pretty
100%.
decent
he's been-
rate at the time when they signed him. That was a quality signing. But
In
right now, it's-
match day 19, if you
Yes.
look at Chelsea, they got a 2-0 loss against Southampton
Man.
at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Okay.
Seems-
that is big.
It's
I think Chelsea have probably the worst home record in the Premier League.
They really are not great.
It probably isn't the worst because there's a lot of bad teams down there, but
Yeah.
their home record can't be great because I think they've lost to Southampton, Bournemouth, West Ham.
Yeah.
Frank does not like to be home.
At home, they have drawn Leicester. They've drawn Sheffield. They lost to Liverpool. They lost to West Ham. Lost to Bournemouth.
That's a lot of results.
Southampton.
And that's
Yeah,
all.
that's it.
And
That's
they-
not good.
That's bad.
Like, okay, I find it so odd. How do you have such a poor home record? Like, Chelsea used to be one of the best
Yeah,
home teams in
yeah.
Europe. Like, there's this record with Jose Mourinho where he didn't lose a home match at Stamford Bridge during nearly his entire time there until like his third.
As much as I know football, this is something I can't even answer. this is some black magic that has been cursed
No,
upon
but
Chelsea.
it's not
Yeah.
black magic.
No, but it could be something as simple as the routine. The player, maybe for home games, Frank says, "Oh, come to the stadium or come to the training ground. We all go down to the stadium together." And maybe players just don't like that. It happens where clubs, the manager tries to get a routine in.
I
that
think it's
players just don't
every
respond
club does that.
well.
I'm pretty
You
sure.
look at Wayne Rooney when he was playing for United, and he was so pissed off having to play at 12 o'clock kickoffs. It's like, I have to eat pasta at 9 a.m. He's like, Wayne, you're making $300,000 a week. Shut your mouth.
Well, we're not professional football players, so
No.
we don't know. But like maybe the players like going on the bus ride and the train.
Well, I mean,
going
I
to the
think pretty
game,
sure-
whatever.
It's funny what he said, but I can understand.
that sounds ridiculous. Dude.
It's
I'm sorry.
ridiculous. It is
Well, I'll be honest,
ridiculous,
I'm pretty
but
sure,
like
I'm pretty sure most players are on the bus together. I mean, I think every team does that.
Yes, they don't drive themselves to
No.
stadium. I understand that. But maybe they don't like meeting early at the training ground or something.
What
yeah,
about this?
it could be anything.
What about this? What if they're like, because there's a lot of young players at Chelsea right
Yeah.
now.
That's
Yeah.
what I was going to get to.
Maybe
next, yeah.
they're nervous
in front of
playing-
their home fans. They
That's
like
a
they like
good valid point. I like that.
the opposing team's fans yelling at them
Yeah.
more. It's less stressful. It's weird,
They
but
like
it's
the
gonna
bus.
I'll be honest. I would hate to play away in the Premier League because there's a lot of jackass fans. And there's no other pretty way to say it. You sometimes listen to these chants that are thrown at you, or, I mean, if example United City, you have
Yeah.
things getting thrown at you. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
what is going on?
And well, imagine if you were in the Premier League striker, you miss a sitter, and the chance you would
No,
get.
especially if you're about to take a corner kick, you have all these fans yelling at you from the sideline and calling you a wanker. And
Yeah,
all
but-
this crap. You want to turn around, kind of fight them. So
the
it's
old
like,
man.
yeah, it's like
The thing is, your home fans would be upset too, though, and you don't want. That's where it's stressful.
Well, that's the thing. A couple of bad results at home, and your fans get on your back a little
I don't
bit.
know.
The pressure mounts.
Let
But,
us
yeah.
Let us know what you think.
guys think of this home record. Like,
But yeah, Southampton get a 2-0 victory over Chelsea. That's huge in their relegation battle.
yeah,
I
they,
like
they haven't
Southampton.
been performing.
I like them.
Yeah, I like them too.
They haven't been performing awful recently. So
James Ward-Prowse.
Danny Ings.
Obafemi?
yeah,
There's a lot of great players.
I'm sorry,
on
I'm
there.
kind of surprised Danny Ings didn't score in this game when I was
If
looking. Like,
we
I don't
look
think he
at
was
their-
playing.
He is subbed on. If we look at the recent form by Southampton, they beat Chelsea, they beat Villa, they beat Norwich, they beat Watford, they got a draw against Arsenal.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, anyone can really beat Villa right now. Villa's been awful.
Except you. You didn't beat Villa.
Did we draw them? I can't remember.
Yeah, you drew them.
Well, I'm just saying, Villa they haven't been very hot recently either. So shut up. Just shut up. I'm not talking about Villa right now.
Yes,
You're the one.
Okay, yes I am. Well,
I'm just stating fact.
okay. Whatever.
All right.
You drew 2-2 to Villa.
Yeah, they have some exciting players, and they can't defend, but they can't score and whatever.
So Arsenal get a draw in match day 19. Chelsea get a 2-0 loss in match day 19. Can we now go back to match day 20 and talk about...
Manchester City.
Okay.
You wanted to talk about
I think he was going to say.
Yes. No, City works for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, sure.
City works.
Manchester
City
City,
works.
Sheffield United.
I'm angry.
Why are you
I am
angry, Liam?
visibly upset for Sheffield. Get
Me too.
Get the hell out of the way, referee.
I hated
Should
that.
have come
It was
back.
ridiculous.
Who-
It should have been a drop ball right
Who's the
there.
ref? Mike Dean?
No, it was Kavan.
Basically, the Premier League introduces rule this season that if the ball hits the referee, the whistle gets blown. It's a drop ball. Now, the ball did not touch the referee as City went on to score their first goal. However, he greatly impacted the play. The ball came right near him. He nutmegs it and blocks off the
player who
the Sheffield
I think it was
defender.
Fleck. I think it was
Yeah.
John Fleck. Yeah.
Now, technically in the rules, no, that's not a drop
He
ball.
did not touch it.
So he
but-
didn't touch it. But if he affected the play like that, I think they should come back.
The only way he could have gotten the ball was if he tackled
Went
the
through
ref and went through the referee.
100%.
And
I would have right through his back.
I
You're
was
in my way.
they didn't even they did do VAR on it, but they didn't
Yeah.
even look at it.
I mean, what can you do? Based on the rules, they can't do anything.
I don't think really that's something you can take a look at. That's just it's a part of the game that happens.
The referee is technically...
And honestly, this wasn't even the first VAR moment Sheffield had.
I mean,
they had a goal disallowed.
I mean, that goal
Yeah.
was rightly disallowed.
It was, but it was
VAR
beautiful,
is-
and it just
VAR
was
is not
unfortunate.
Especially
Sheffield's
just
friend.
these past 2 match weeks, it's been terrible.
So there's been a lot of VAR.
They've just
Like-
been unlucky.
VAR.
I can't remember which match it was.
That game,
but
or at least in this game. it was
there's a player caught offside literally because his elbow was offside, and they measured it and everything. Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
the armpit
I'm
offside
like-
is ridiculous.
I watched a review of 2019 by Morgan Freeman, and he mentioned VAR, how bad it was.
It's been
It's been
no
something.
comment. I
It's been
mean,
something.
No comment.
there's plenty to say about it. At this point, it's getting ridiculous.
Well,
Well,
I mean, we put up a TikTok talking about VAR, and
TikTok, hit us up. Link in the bio. But
Yeah.
Sergio Aguero does score the goal after the referee gets in the way. Kevin De Bruyne makes it 2-0 in the 82nd minute, killing off any Sheffield
Yeah,
United
I mean,
hopes and dreams.
De Bruyne's has been outstanding this season.
He has
He's
been.
best midfielder by far, really. So
I'll agree with that.
but
and then at the end of the game, they hit the post, and Sheffield United hits the post,
Yes.
and it goes along the line. It
Yeah.
just shows how
It's just not
rough
your
a game
day.
was.
Yeah,
It was.
it's not your day. It's not your day.
I thought Sheffield was playing decently, but obviously after that first goal they conceded it, your head's gonna go.
yeah.
Sheffield, however, though, do drop all the way down to 8th in the Premier League, around
Now,
29
in
points.
a sense, this was actually a really big result for City
Oh, yeah.
beating Sheffield. As crazy as that sounds, because what
Sheffield United was.
Sheffield United.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
No one's talking about Sheffield Wednesday.
But,
Nobody. If
mean,
you're a Sheffield Wednesday
if
fan,
we're
get
talking
out
about-
of
if
here.
If we're talking about City, we also have to talk.
I mean,
About,
they're in the championship.
I know
It's
Gary
not-
Hooper played for you. Get out of here.
we also have to talk about the Wolves game.
Yes,
City
we're
Wolves.
getting onto that.
We're still talking about this game, kind of.
We just mentioned the goals. What else is there to talk about aside from some VAR crap?
Well,
Match
John
day-
Fleck's amazing pass.
Yes.
Which led to a VAR.
Match day 19. Manchester City. They went away to Wolves. This was a beautiful, beautiful day.
No, this is one of the most exciting games so far this season.
This was
I'd say.
great.
It's crazy.
You
It had
know who
everything.
played in this game? The Manchester City killer. Adama Traore. The man's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a very scary player to come up against.
Literally,
He
the
is.
first half an hour of this game was pandemonium insanity.
Yes,
It
pretty
was,
much.
yeah.
Ederson
Gets
is a
another
straight
red card. How many
No, the last one was Claudio Bravo.
was Bravo that got the?
He went off injured. Yeah, Bravo
Oh, Ederson
sent
got.
off,
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, yeah.
Ederson gets a straight red card for handball. No handball. For
He
taking out the
took out the
attacker.
Always
player.
just clips him, just
Taking him out.
says goodbye.
So Claudio Bravo comes in net. Then a penalty is awarded to Manchester City.
I always find it funny when the goalies take out the players. Like
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah,
just
it's
looks
a
so
W-
funny
yeah,
on the
it's
replays.
a WWE moment, really.
It honestly looks like it.
Raheem Sterling steps up to take the penalty and is saved by Rui Patricio. However, VAR steps in saying the defender stepped into the box too soon. It had to be retaken.
Yeah, I think he stepped in the D.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
And it was by half of a foot.
Oh,
It wasn't even like he was in. It was just his foot entered. I was like, oh, I'd be fired up.
I swear to God, the guys from this VAR room, they've got to be the biggest nerds in the world. Like, nothing against nerds. I'm one.
You
these,
are one.
These guys are just looking.
You're the biggest one I know.
They're looking at him like, it's offside. It's offside. It's by an inch. It's the milli-inch, whatever. It's offside.
That's technically their job. That's their job.
Yeah, they're supposed to like.
His toenail was.
They have to like pull out the ruler.
They can't be like, well, he's offside. We know it's against City. Let it happen. They can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could be like, oh, how harsh should we be? You know, it's
Well, no,
take it
genuinely,
easy.
they're being consistent,
I
at least, but it's just
understand.
it is very annoying.
If it's offside, it's offside. That
well,
was the point
The
of.
thing is, like, the resolution isn't good enough.
It's terrible.
Nah.
The screens are terrible.
Possibly.
Sometimes the ball is like a foot long.
Yeah, and like they draw these lines across the field. The lines are never like perfectly straight. They're always like a little move. It's like this is a multi-billion-dollar system, and it's not great. Like
I think Elon Musk
anyways,
needs to invest in
I
this.
agree.
I think Elon Musk should invent his own VAR.
The thing is, it's fine in other leagues. It's more than
But is it fine in other leagues because it doesn't?
Is the
I was
Premier
gonna
League
say-
players just complaining about it more?
Does the
or-
Premier League just have so much scrutiny and so much media coverage that we don't see the problems having in the Bundesliga or La Liga, or is it?
well,
is it just
there are
the Premier League is just not run as well?
there are problems, but like you don't see in La Liga them like going inch by inch.
Yeah.
They just have a general line. If it looks, if it's,
Plus, in all these other leagues, the referee goes to the screen and takes a look at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Never have I seen a Premier League referee
No, the
go to
Premier
the
League
screen.
referee is like, he's just listening.
Well, 'cause I remember in the Champions League last year,
Yeah.
they would do it all the time.
Yeah.
Just they would go to the screen,
screen,
and it's like
make a
awesome.
decision.
You know,
Yeah.
And
perfect.
players are willing to more accept a decision if the
Yeah.
ref goes look at it
Not
So
against
the ref's
himself.
just like,
Not just the random ear man. Oh, City's falling off the table again. Well, that's okay. Goodbye,
take them
City.
off.
Wow.
I
Get
mean,
out
this
of
is
here. You're out
it's
of the-
foreshadowing,
you're out of the
even though it's
title
already
hunt,
Actually
happened.
sums up their title race.
So, anyways, to get back on track of the game here. So, Sterling's penalty is saved by Patricio, but VAR calls it back. Pep Guardiola says, switch up to kick taker. I want someone else. Sterling goes, nah, fam, I got this. Steps up again. It's saved for a second time. But he follows up and
Credit-
scores the
Credit to Rui
rebound.
Patricio for
I
saving
feel
it twice.
He's a good goalie.
Like, I felt so bad for him. Like,
Save 2 penalties and you still get scored on.
Pep was pissed after.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, Pep's always pissed, let's be honest.
Well, I would be pissed. Like,
yeah,
you missed
yeah.
2 penalties in a
Yeah.
row.
I wouldn't. I would switch it up.
Lucas, he's English. That's what they do.
Harry Kane doesn't miss.
I mean, they won in the 2018 World Cup. They won
okay.
10, so you can't really make that joke anymore. I'm sorry,
One penalty win does not make up for all they
but
lost.
it's in the World Cup, and it's kind of a dead horse, mate.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry I upset you so much.
Yeah,
You
come
big England lover.
Yeah, that's right.
Raheem Sterling does make it 2-0 though after
That was
the second half, 50th minute.
That was a good goal.
yeah, it was
That was a very good
De
goal.
Bruyne like movement. He was like
Yeah.
he kind of like moved back a little. Then he like I don't know how to explain it really. He kind of like
He was being
He
Kevin De
created-
Bruyne.
He created space.
Yeah,
yes, that's a simple way
He
to
was,
say it.
he was being Kevin De Bruyne and being an absolute beast.
Yeah,
How
However,
about that?
if we're going to talk about
That's not
absolute
really-
beast,
Beast.
Adama Traore,
Okay,
the
yes.
absolute beast he is, he makes it 2-1 in the 55th minute. And then it just gets bad for City.
Dun, dun, dun.
Raul Jimenez in the 82nd minute ties it up.
Was it a
Limbs-
foul
Was it a foul?
on Mendy?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
That was
Oh,
terrible
that one?
defending.
No.
That was terrible defending.
I mean,
Lucas, what is he doing?
just-
Clear it out.
It's shoulder to back.
No, he just got bullied by Adama
I-
Traore.
Yeah, he got bullied by a big
Yeah.
man.
Welcome
That's
to
not a
football.
foul.
If in
That was
doubt,
bad
get it
defending.
out. Don't play
I'm
around
just
with
saying,
it. Kick her out.
If that happened to my team, I'd be questioning something.
I would be pretty angry too, but at the same time, that's football. Mate, get up. You got bodied by a bigger man.
Nah, I don't
If it
think,
was
I don't think it's
shou-
foul.
but it wasn't shoulder to shoulder. That's
I don't think Mendy had full control of the ball. It
I'll
was
be
kind of getting
honest.
stuck under his feet.
I'll be honest. I've seen worse plays in the Premier League. That was not that big of a.
I've seen lighter plays in the Premier League.
It's a physical game. What can you do? And Adama's a big man. He's gonna teach you a lesson if you don't play the game. Have you seen that man? He's a tank.
I can see why, like,
I can
it's,
see
like,
why you're saying it's
controversial
a foul, yeah.
like that,
But
but
I think it was just
I think
very, very poor defending by Mendy. Get the ball, clear your lines, kick it out for a throw, and even he plays with it. Traore sees the opportunity, takes the ball back. It's a great
Well
ball
done.
across the box. Jimenez is there to tap it home. 2-2. Scenes at the Molineux.
Yeah, and it just gets better
And
for
then
Wolves.
Big
Yeah.
old Matt Doherty. I love him. 89th minute, he makes it 3-2 Wolves. City are beaten again.
Wolves
You love to see it.
6 points against Manchester City in the
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, I mean Adama Traore he's a very interesting player because you see his body size and his speed and the way he kind of runs at the game, but he doesn't really have much in his tool bag when it comes to really creating goals. Because what I'm noticing?
What do you mean?
He's a great tricky winger.
Not necessarily, because all I really noticed is he just tries to run as fast as he can to the byline.
No.
And just passes it right into the box. He does that often a lot.
No, you see him go to the middle of the field and then take on a guy. And if he gets
yes.
by one guy, he's gonna get by a few guys.
But, I mean, my example is that Raul Jimenez goal. That's kind of what he tries to aim to do in most games. He tried doing that against Liverpool many times. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And
Andy.
I'll be honest, his
Liverpool's a little
and
different.
his final product in
team
his
than
crosses
City.
isn't as great.
100%.
Well, of course, his final product is improving each year, though.
He's a very interesting.
Greg just had a
player.
very good.
Liverpool's a different team than City.
City
and
and
City were on a
Liverpool-
red card.
City and Liverpool defensively are very, very different sides.
That's something I noticed from Adama Traore. What he does a lot, he tries to pace it down the wing, get to the byline, and go into the box.
I think he does more than that. Like
he does, but I'm just
like
saying
he was doing more than that
I'm
in
not-
this match against
I'm
City.
noticing that's a very common trait of his.
Well, because if you
If
can't
you have
stop it,
speed, like why not? And if they're gonna allow
But
you to do it, why
works,
not
yes,
do it?
I'm
He's
just,
got pace and power. Think of Gareth Bale when he was in the Premier League. He had pace and power. He just down the wing, cross it in. Down the wing, cross it in. It's an old school winger.
and that strike he had for his first goal, you wouldn't see
No,
that from him last
100%.
season.
That's
no, he's a
fantastic.
transformed player, without a doubt.
If he can,
Is it time he makes a big money move somewhere?
No, I don't.
he's just starting to get
no.
game time. And
I
Because
agree.
you don't know if this is like a one season thing going on right now.
And-
I don't know how long it's gonna last.
it just shows you perform well. Doesn't mean you have to move a club.
No, I know. I'm just bringing up the question. You know, are teams like United or maybe an Arsenal or a Chelsea, are they going to say, hey,
I mean, Wolves are in Europe right now. They're still doing stuff.
Yeah,
so,
they are.
I mean,
Like
I think
Let it be
he would
for
look
now.
good in Chelsea blue, though.
no.
Willian moves on. He comes in.
I like these unique players in these
I,
unique
I,
clubs.
I do like when
I agree.
Lucas makes it good.
I like seeing like Adama Traore at Wolves or Saint Maximin at Newcastle.
Now, as much as I'd like to see Adama Traore at United, we kind of don't need him.
no,
Oh, I agree.
we'll
No,
get to that.
To
but-
me, it'd be more of a Chelsea for Willian. 'Cause
Yeah,
Willian's gonna be on the way
No,
up.
Chelsea needs someone who's like going to be a star or
Oh,
already a
Jadon-
star.
Jadon Sancho,
Yes,
I think,
in
yeah.
that sense. But
What can Adama be, sir?
the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah,
Maybe he needs to lose a little
or-
muscle so he can be more agile on the
No,
field.
just get bigger.
Or why does he have to go to another Premier League side? He can just go back to Spain.
That's boring.
No.
Stay,
Like-
he's the quintessential Premier League player. Like
Yeah.
he is the Premier
I mean,
League.
he essentially has like muscle from top to bottom.
Yes.
It's just good for the
so
Prem.
does everyone was.
I know, but he don't use factual science on me, okay? I'm just saying it's more visually evident on Adama Traore than anyone else. Like you compare him to Raheem Sterling, and Raheem Sterling is a stick.
They're very different body types.
Yeah.
I'm just saying his body type.
Greg and me are very different body types.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Adama Traore could be in Pumping Iron. If you're the 80s documentary with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he could be in Pumping Iron, and you wouldn't tell if he's a bodybuilder or a footballer.
Okay,
So that was match day 19 for Man City and Wolves.
It was great. I loved
Let's
watching City
go.
get bullied.
Let's go to match day 20 for
Sure, a lot of people
Wolves as Wolves took on Liverpool. 1-0 win for Liverpool. A little bit of squeaky bum time, but you know what?
Yeah.
They got the
Now,
win.
I'll be honest, this is a game where I could have said, hey, Wolves could actually give Liverpool their first loss, and I was wrong.
Well, Wolves had chances, and they had VAR moments yet again.
Well, Liverpool, they were
VAR in the Prem? What?
What?
What's going on?
Liverpool. They wore their gold badge,
Yes, for the first time.
but
Congratulations.
that's the only match in the Premier League they're allowed to wear it in
Why?
Why?
because the Premier League are stupid.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
I'll be honest, I'd be kind of mad about that too.
The Premier League initially didn't allow the badge to be worn at all. Liverpool appealed, and the Premier League were like, okay, you can wear it for this one match specifically.
That's ridiculous.
Because I guess the Premier League and FIFA doesn't want to have FIFA associated with their brand or something, because technically the Premier League isn't part of the FA, and the FAs are part of FIFA.
That's so confusing.
What?
That is really weird.
All right. Well,
At least still having the Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League, hopefully FA Cup as well.
Huh. We have to look into this.
That'd be a very expensive jersey, I think.
What, the Premier
A
League?
Premier League Liverpool kit with the badge. Be very, very highly collectible one day.
yeah.
Yeah. If you think about it, there's only one in the world, right? Like only a couple, but whatever.
Yep.
Anyways, to the match.
It ends 1-0 for Liverpool over Wolves. Was it Mane?
Yeah, Mane scored. It was it was initially ruled out because they thought Lallana hit Lallana's hand.
No, that wasn't an arm
hit
at
his
all.
shoulder. Then goes to Mane and they score.
Yeah.
But then Wolves, they do have a chance and they take it. It was a fantastic goal by them.
So how was that offside?
Because in the build-up, one of the players that received the ball, apparently his toe was offside.
That's what I mean. VAR. That's ridiculous.
Technical rules, it's offside.
I know.
But
It is offside. Is it ridiculous? Yes.
But then again, the resolution. It's such
But
poor
then again,
resolution.
If they don't call it and you're a Liverpool fan, you're going, he was offside. You have to make that
But
call.
those are, in my opinion, those are ones you can accept because it's.
What if I think it's getting to the point? What if one day a goal is called offside because a guy's beard hair is just over the line? Like, is that gonna happen?
Only Raheem Sterling because he runs with his neck so
yeah,
far
exactly.
out.
Some players are gonna be like that. They do run like that. So it's something.
But in a hypothetical situation, if it was 1-1 going into the second half, would Liverpool probably play differently in the second half than they did in this match?
100%.
And they, in my opinion, I think they'd still get the win.
No, I think Liverpool played pretty well. Their man management was top notch without a doubt.
I thought Wolves started playing like
they were good at the beginning of the second half.
Who?
Wolves.
I say they were good in the end of the second half
Yeah,
because that's when they were creating most of their chances.
and they did bring on Traore at halftime, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of helped them a little bit. But I felt like Liverpool kind of had them locked down pretty well, especially with Gini Wijnaldum. And
What's the thing? Liverpool weren't giving them much space.
No, exactly. That was great.
But then, the chances Wolves did get, they just didn't take it.
Yeah, that's 100%
And that
true.
just, as I was saying before, that just shows the difference of defensive between Liverpool and City. So
Liverpool have a backline they can depend on. They can dig them out of tough situations.
But that doesn't change this fact that the Wolves still got great chances past that back line. It's just the composure wasn't there for them.
yeah, they had the one where Van Dijk actually just got the ball
Van
taken
Dijk
from
actually
him.
just
Made a
Van
mistake.
Dijk makes a mistake.
Yeah, so it was a very tight match.
This is still technically a rotated back line for Liverpool because Gomez is in there instead of Matip.
No, I disagree. I say
Is Gomez a starter now for you?
if he's performing well,
Yeah,
if you're performing well in
he played
matches,
pretty
you're a
well.
starter.
Yeah.
Lovren was a starter, but then he got injured, so now it's Gomez. He's taking his
I don't think
chance.
it hurts that you can rotate your center backs just by a little bit. You keep Van Dijk there.
How much
Especially when they're
longer until
playing.
Matip is back?
February.
Oh, so it's coming up.
And I mean, Joe Gomez, he's
I
quality.
mean, right
so.
now we have no center backs.
Luckily, you have a January transfer window right now open.
Well, we had to recall someone from loan.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Who do you have on loan?
Nat Phillips or something. He was on loan at Stuttgart. We're in the second Bundesliga.
Get the lad in there.
Interesting.
There you go.
Remember when we bought Steven Kalker one year? Or we
He did do that. The banter years.
I don't
No,
know.
but I think it was great how like you guys kind of. I'm gonna mention Traore again because he's been in good form, and I think Liverpool were very aware of that. So they really locked him down when Alden was on him and Robertson. He couldn't really do much.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Are we done with this match, or is there anything else to speak
Well,
about?
let's move on to
Let's
the
move on to
previous
match day 19 for Liverpool. First versus second in the Premier League.
Now,
Liverpool versus Leicester.
I don't know if any of us thought it would be this one-sided.
Yeah, Liverpool beating Leicester 4-0.
Away from home.
So I'm pretty sure if you're watching this by now, you know the scoreline. But
Yeah.
Liverpool beat Leicester 4-0. Did any of you guys actually predict this? Like,
We haven't had a 1v1 prediction in about
No,
two
but
and a half years, but
you
none of us would have
You're
predicted
watching this
4-0.
match. It's
No.
1 versus 2.
I would have gone at maximum 3-1. At maximum.
Well, if you looked at their first fixture between these two, Liverpool dominated Leicester, but
They
Leicester
did.
scored first late in the second half just for Liverpool to score 2 late ones. But I thought Liverpool, this was my favorite match of the season.
Oh
We
yeah.
were good.
It was so fun to watch the team press, cause so much troubles to
Yeah.
Leicester.
To a team who's second place.
But I think Leicester's play style plays into the hands of Liverpool a little bit.
I'd-
Leicester are all about counterattacking and dropping
Something-
back,
Yeah.
dropping
No, I
back.
wouldn't say they're counterattacking. I think they're against most sides. They have more possession than them.
Yeah,
They still do like to counter.
they do like a good counterattack.
Yeah, well, most teams.
Yes,
Especially
yes.
nowadays.
But like Rodgers is more of a possession-based manager, I think.
Yet again, Sayuncu is not having the greatest run of form.
I thought he was good in this match for the most part. I don't
okay.
think you could blame him. He created Leicester's best chance.
Yeah,
He was their best playmaker in this match,
yeah.
and that's saying a lot because Madison, not a great match for
I
him.
think a player is
Madison
really
wasn't
showing his
good.
quality recently for you.
And because Leicester were having a lot of players were
What
having
did I
bad
say?
games, a lot of Liverpool players were having
I
good
gave
games.
I gave a review right after I watched the game. I'm gonna try and find that one while you guys speak.
I mean, I think the outstanding performer of this game was probably Trent.
Trent.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. They
Trent
gave
was
him
great.
so much space. They didn't respect him
That's
like that.
that's why I say.
I
here.
love how Trent scored the 4th goal. He did the Mbappe celebration. Oh my god.
That was
I-
that's
right.
that could be a performance we'd look back on like 10
Yeah,
years from now. And
no.
be
Yeah,
like,
100%.
wow.
And I think that totally just overshadowed how well Fabinho played too, because he's been in fine form.
I say
Yes.
Keita's been fantastic for
Yeah,
Liverpool this past month or
Right.
past few weeks.
I think Gini Wijnaldum's also. Like, you guys are just.
they're
Dude,
good.
The
so
midfield
They're just
is
good.
they're
All around,
you
they're
were
a good team.
You were so ahead
best
of
team
every
right
other
now.
Premier League team right now. It's
Best
not
team
even
in the
funny.
world.
yeah. No, I agree.
But no, like Keita,
So-
like he's been
He's been a-
such an influential player
been
in our build-up
fantastic,
play
yeah.
as well, and without Fabinho in there, he's been crucial in my
Yeah.
opinion.
So after the game, I did say Liverpool could have scored 6 or 7 this game. They missed chances, honestly, and the pressure was there. Manny could have had at least 2. Madison and Chilwell were very poor, and they gave Alexander-Arnold way too much space on the wing. Agreed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby is scoring again. The Liverpool attack is just getting even more deadly because at the beginning of the year he hadn't scored for a handful of games.
He started the season well, but
Yeah.
then
He dropped off for him.
But now he's showing his quality. Like
And I
nothing
said,
else.
I made a bold statement. Do you remember my bold statement I made?
Mm.
I think we are watching an invincible team.
That's true. Oh, I don't know. I hope
I-
not.
As a Liverpool fan, I don't think Lucas can comment too
I
much
look
on
at
that.
this
but-
Liverpool team, and I look at the results they've gotten when they should not have gotten results. The games where they should not have drawn, they should not have won. I don't see a team that can beat Liverpool.
the thing is, we aren't drawing games; we're winning them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a question I want to
that's
pass on to
very-
anyone on TikTok or anyone on the comments or anywhere.
That's
Is,
very tough.
is this an invincible year
Is
for Liverpool?
Liverpool potentially an invincible team? And if so,
They are.
are they better than the invincible Arsenal side because they've won
Well,
more games?
well, let's get there first, maybe. Let's
Yeah.
get there first and then discuss that.
I just don't see anyone beating them. City, I don't see City. I don't
Now,
see
to be fair,
United.
we were here last time.
Leicester, Wolves.
Well,
Last
Leicester
time-
can't anymore. So
Last year, you were pretty much lost in the Liverpool sauce. as
Lost
well.
in the sauce.
You were definitely high off Liverpool's peak performance.
Liverpool were 1 point off winning the league last year.
No, I mean, but they had a pretty clear lead as well last year around this time.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, "Oh, they're going to win the league," and look what happened. So I think you need to be
They're,
careful.
they're
with
going to
what
win the
you
league
say.
this year.
I
I'm
think-
sorry, they're 13 points up.
I think this
with a
year,
game,
yeah.
with a
Game
game
in
in
hand.
hand.
There's no doubt. I think they're probably going to win the league, and if they don't, if you guys don't win the league,
Oh, it's.
I think the
brutal.
Premier League should just hand you a relegation. Say,
Don't ever come back.
go win a trophy, then come back.
There's no way
But you-
Liverpool's
we're
losing
trophies anyway,
4 or
Champions
5
League.
games in a row.
No, I don't see Liverpool losing more than a couple of games. Like, if they do lose, it's going to be...
It's still a fantastic season. Like they're, in my opinion, winning it 100%.
Jurgen Klopp gets sent on a boat and just... Goodbye,
I
Jurgen.
really hope they don't go undefeated because Liverpool fans are going to slag United fans for the rest of eternity,
Yeah.
saying,
No,
"Oh,
'cause-
our first Premier League title was invincible, so you guys couldn't even get
I mean,
close."
if Liverpool go invincible and win the treble, then yeah, United fans are gonna be in tears.
Yeah, it's going to be like everything we've worked for has gone
the
to
treble
shame.
too. Ooh.
Lucas, in this Leicester game, there was one player who had a fantastic passing game. Do you know who that is?
Henderson?
Yeah, Captain Jay Hendo. He had 93% pass succession, 76 passes, second most of any Premier League game.
I thought Henderson's been pretty good.
I mean, he bossed this match.
Jay Hendo. Lucas always said, I know he's not my first choice midfielder. He's your fucking captain. I'm going to respect him.
Okay, you know how I...
Respect Jay Hendo.
When am I not respecting?
No, honestly...
I give reasons why I...
You always slide
he's not the
off.
perfect player, but he performs. He's a hard worker.
Look, he bossed it against Leicester. Yeah. He played pretty well against Wolves for the most part. He bossed it in the Club World Cup final. Like, he can put great performances, but I'm just saying, earlier in the season, there's a reason why he was getting subbed off early, constantly. But if he's performing like this, I can't complain.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna make a funny kind of silly comparison or kind of analogy, I guess. So you know how I play the FIFA video games a lot, right?
Okay.
Guess. Okay, you know how you play career mode?
Yes.
And like when all your team's on good form, you have green arrows.
Yes.
That's right now Liverpool. Every player, the green arrows, and essentially what I've seen Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp reminds me of some kid playing manager mode and buying all the right players for his team, and then they end up winning the league.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
you wouldn't think that's possible in real life, like
you look at the players that started for Liverpool against Leicester City. Sorry, Henderson, Wijnaldum. These are not £100 million players. They're not the City team where they go and inspire. This is a team that's playing exceptionally well as a team.
I think Jurgen Klopp has kind of the edge over Guardiola in that sense because he's kind of built a team from youth players and buying these hidden gems.
Yes, they've spent money. I'm no one's objecting.
They spent a lot of money on specifically two players.
They found players who were not superstars.
The thing is, and from the past years, they went out and got the players that they needed.
Yep.
They needed a goalie.
Players, the right positions, yeah.
But the thing is, I said, you bought Salah, but you didn't really expect him to turn into a 30-goal scorer.
No. Now he's not. Now he's...
No, but he's kind of... Oh, no, he's evolved into a much complete player. So... Or you didn't really expect players like Trent and Alexander-Arnold... Trent and Robertson to be performing.
Robertson posted a picture of himself 10 years ago playing in Scotland. Yeah. This guy looked like nothing.
What I mean is, like, you didn't really expect Robertson and Trent to kind of hit these peaks so quick in their career. I do have to give a shout out to my dad. When Robertson was at Hull, he said this guy could win the Premier League. This guy's a fantastic player.
Your dad actually said that?
My dad said that because it was Robertson and it was Maguire. Mm-hmm. He said those two players were standouts for Hull City. Yeah. So shout out Callum.
Yeah, they were both.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Your dad does have a good eye for the game.
He actually does. I gotta give it to him. But yes, goals from Firmino again, and Trent and Alexander-Arnold.
So, that was actually a very well taken penalty by Milner. Very cool and clean.
This may be a match I show my kids one day.
Show your children. Liverpool battering Leicester.
Show them the whole season. Show them the whole season.
Once they go invincible.
Liverpool versus Barca.
Don't show them the Champions League final because that was a boring game.
Just show me his Barca.
Yes, there you go.
That was the final.
Say that was the final.
Yeah. So,
why is there another game?
Where are we going to next?
No, let's talk about Leicester's other game.
Yes.
Right, they're also in the top 6.
West Ham.
They're second place.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They defeat West Ham 2-1. Now, this had big implications because...
Well, it does, yes.
Because Manuel Pellegrini gets the sack.
But we should just talk about the match first.
What was there talk about? The 2-1 victory over West Ham.
Leicester completely rotated their side, and they still get a victory.
They had 2 big games in a row. They played some big games.
Okay. David Moyes comes in.
Moyes is back in the Prem.
I can't even comment on that.
Why
David Moyes?
Why the United fans?
This is a lot. Like David Moyes is that manager you go to when there's no one else available.
But the thing is, we just saw Everton appoint Carlo Ancelotti, who's won the Champions League 3 times.
Credit to Everton.
West Ham go. David. He's the guy.
What do you really expect Pochettino to go to West Ham?
No, but I think they could do better than David Moyes. What does he want?
Doesn't matter. He knows how to steer.
There's 4 managers you should never touch in the Premier League. David Moyes is one of them.
Well, David Moyes won the Community Shield.
Tim Sherwood, Alan Pardew, and Sam Allardyce.
Well, Tim
Allardyce.
No. Those are 4 managers who have consistently gotten jobs and won nothing.
Listen to him.
Allardyce has revolutionized a lot of things.
Allardyce has revolutionized.
These are not managers.
Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp,
my God.
Sam Allardyce.
Listen, man. Listen here. These are not managers you hire to win trophies.
No, it's the Great Escape. It's survive the relegation.
I replace Allardyce with Mark Hughes.
Yeah, well,
He's in that list as well.
these are managers that know how to fight in the Premier League and to stay up and keep players.
Really?
The,
David
the
Moyes knows
thing
how to
is,
fight?
West Ham shouldn't even be in that position.
They've spent money.
I think we all expected this team to be like a
Didn't David Moyes
ninth,
A
eighth
top
place
10
team.
side,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sunderland.
Oh my God! everyone.
He has I think he has the worst win percentage of any West Ham manager this decade because he used to be at the club. He was at West Ham in 2017, 2018, joined 2019 again, and he's going to be in the club for it in 2020.
It's just shocking. Why would you go for Moyes? Like,
Clearly, people see something in him. So, even Ferguson had to
Is it
select
just
him.
because like he's been there, so it's just trying to bring back a familiar face?
His best spell was when he was Everton boss.
Yeah.
He actually did very well with Everton.
Thing
But
is-
he had a good side.
But
Look, you can be a look. I'm going to compare this to a player who starts a career very well, but then he has some rough seasons and never recovers and is never the same player. That's David Moyes. He's never recovered from this Manchester United job. He's never. He's probably questioned himself
That was a
many
rough
times
one.
in his managerial career post Manchester United, and he hasn't done enough to improve himself as a manager.
he went to Spain for a bit.
Yeah, he did.
Like his win percentage with West Ham was 29% or something. That's awful.
See, but if you're West Ham, you bring Moyes in. David Moyes is going to say, okay, I want January, I want to rebuild, bring in some players. They've spent $100 million since Pellegrini came in. That's nuts. Like,
Not good.
and Pellegrini was, I think, the third highest earning manager in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But I'll be
What?
honest. Like Moyes is that kind of guy you go to when there's like no one really else available. Or you
Like,
can,
Look, Slaven Bilic.
Who else was that?
Slaven Bilic. I liked it, actually.
He had the best win percentage of any West Ham manager
He also had
this
a guy
decade.
named Dimitri Payet who helped him a few times.
Just under 38%. Same with Sam Allardyce, just under 38%. Manuel Pellegrini, just under 38%. Avram Grant had a better win percentage than Moyes,
Oh, Avram Grant.
just under 32%.
He coached Chelsea for a while. He was also a guy that said that himself he had no football knowledge at all.
I don't know, man. It's,
My point, he had a better
And
win
David
percentage.
Moyes has a worse percentage than him.
like even like when Ferguson brought in David Moyes, it's because no one was actually available. Ferguson actually wanted Guardiola or Mourinho to take over, but they weren't available at the time for him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like
Yeah.
around this time, it is
Could you
hard to
imagine
find.
if you guys had gotten Guardiola?
No, actually, he did want Guardiola. He just wasn't available at the time.
What about Mourinho, though? Mourinho, wasn't he sad that Ferguson didn't choose him or something?
Mourinho was also on the verge of going to Chelsea or
Oh.
something at the
Yeah.
time, so it just everything.
But also, I always think about this with manager appointments. You never go back. You
No.
never go back to
You shouldn't.
whether it's someone who's
I'll be honest.
had a lot of success or someone who didn't have a lot of
I'll be honest, I
success.
totally forgot that he even went to West Ham. He's been.
I did too.
He's been to so many clubs that I forgot like where he's
It
been.
just changes all the time.
It's just so he's such an unmemorable manager.
I know.
Everyone just remember him because of the United job.
You
It's
just
the
remember
main
him
thing.
because of the memes.
Yes, exactly. That's
He-
my
he-
point.
his picture in the office.
Did one thing at United that was good, and he brought in Juan Mata.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's basically it. And you
That's
guys,
the
as
only thing good he did.
far as I can remember, nothing else stands out. Di Maria he wasn't with Di
So
Maria.
I think what West Ham are desperately crying out for is a goal scorer. They brought in Allaire, who has scored 5 goals this season.
Oh,
That's not good enough.
Look at their midfield. They have
I-
the slowest
you love-
midfield I've
you
ever
love their
seen.
midfield.
Declan Rice, Sanchez, Noble, Wilshire's part of their team. I don't know if he's still
Jack
playing.
Wilshere?
Yeah, he's probably injured.
He's just
Robert's,
injured. He's a constant injury.
Jack
Like,
Wilshere.
Robert Snodgrass.
Robert
I remember when
Snodgrass.
Winston Reid.
I know every time I see Robert Snodgrass on the starting 11 for Scotland, I get visibly upset. I go, are you kidding me?
And like maybe if West Ham had more dynamic midfielders, maybe
Yeah.
Pellegrini could have done more with the club. Because they have great players. Like Felipe Anderson is obviously a talented player.
Fabianski's a good goalkeeper.
Fabianski was injured for most of the season,
Yeah.
which is part of the problem why West Ham.
Balbuena's a good, decent center back.
I mean, their center backs have not been doing better.
No, but he's decent enough on
Wasn't
paper.
Winston Reid a decent player for a bit, but
He got a bad injury.
Mikel
He's not the same
Antonio
player.
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, West Ham,
The Hammers not doing well recently.
Where are the Hammers?
they're
They're 17th.
Well, ever since they
Yeah.
got the new stadium, things have been just weird for them.
Honestly,
I mean,
go back to the bowling ground.
I don't know, with Watford doing well.
I want to talk about Watford whenever we get to them. I have a big statement to make.
If there's no managerial bump right away from West Ham, they're getting relegated.
Yeah.
Can we talk about relegation right now, just as a general subject?
Yes, you can wait, Spurs fans.
Okay. I look at. Don't pull my thing away from me. I look at let's say bottom 7.
Cool.
Brighton and Southampton, I think, will both stay up. Southampton have had a decent run of form. I like their manager. They have decent players.
Mm-hmm.
Bournemouth, I think they're treading on a very dangerous line. I think that's a team that could go down, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of the players they have.
Really?
I
Don't
don't
like
think
Callum Wilson?
I think they have good
Really?
players, but I don't think they have players right now who are performing at the top of their game.
I mean, once Ake gets back,
I'll be
But
honest.
are you going to rely on one player to save your season?
no, they have Josh King, they have Callum Wilson, they have
Solanke's
Fraser,
not bad.
Harry Wilson.
Junior Stanley.
Solanke, that man is crap.
If you want to talk about crap team, you look at Burnley.
I'm getting.
I
getting-
think Lewis Cook is a good player. They've definitely missed.
Callum Wilson.
Do you guys remember Brooks?
Callum Wilson Joshua King only has 3 goals this season.
Yeah, but maybe he gets more goals later on.
Callum Wilson
this
has
season.
5. That's not good enough.
They're
Danny Ings is banging in double digits.
Yeah, but what happens if maybe they start performing better?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying.
Those are players that can just pick it up in a heartbeat.
Here's how why I'm talking about Bournemouth going down. Because I think Watford are staying up.
I agree with that.
They have the manager who quite literally coined the term "the Great Escape." Without him, Leicester City would have gone down that season and never won the Premier League. I think Watford have the good players to stay up. They have a decent squad.
Watford shouldn't have been.
They shouldn't. They had a
20th place.
terrible start. You know, they again their starting striker back, Troy Deeney. Watford will be comfortable, I think. Though they'll be okay.
If Bournemouth get all their players healed and
Yeah.
don't get any more major injuries, I think
They could be fine too.
Yeah, and they've definitely missed a guy like Brooks, who
Yes.
he was fantastic for them last season, but unfortunately his injury isn't looking any better than it was a month ago. Apparently there was some problems with it, and it's really unfortunate because I really enjoy watching him play. But I think Bournemouth are a team that's always constantly overlooked, and every season they always go through a part of the season where they have a bad patch of form, but then usually in the second half of the season they go on a good run.
So if I look at the relegation zone, I think Norwich are going down, just because
Yeah, I
they
think,
can't
I
keep the ball
died,
out of their
sorry.
net.
Other than beating City,
You know,
it's been nothing.
and I think Villa are going to go down too because I don't think Villa have any backbone to them, unless they can sign
I'm gonna
a
be
decent center back in
honest,
January.
Yeah, their defense is really poor.
They've conceded 36 goals.
I do like the kind of team Villa has for a team that just got promoted, but aside from Jack Grealish, John McGinn,
They have decent players, but just it's not
Trezeguet is
working.
really good.
So if I say Watford stay up, it's going to be either West Ham,
with-
Bournemouth,
With Villa, the main question is like,
and potentially Burnley.
if Villa do get relegated,
Burnley.
is
Burnley are crap.
trust me, that's not a good team.
I think that they have a manager there who can save them. He's proven before.
I was finished with Villa.
Yes.
I was just wondering if they do get relegated, do you see Jack Grealish staying or is he going to go? Because he's been kind of exciting this season.
I can see
been turning heads.
I can see a team making an offer for
Yeah.
him, but it could be like a Sessegnon where it's do Villa try and keep a hold of him so they can get back kind of thing.
But for me, I could actually see United going for him.
I can see
think he would
Spurs
fit in
going
well.
for him or Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah, one of these top clubs are going to
Yep.
need him.
So
Wait, hold on. We got relegated and
I know
Sessegnon went
you.
on.
I know you did, but I'm saying you wanted to keep him to get back up into the Prem. He was like,
Now
I'm
the
out of
man's
here.
scoring
Peace
the
out.
Champions
Kind of.
League.
You would have kept a hold of him if you could have.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah,
Except it
I
wasn't
mean,
that
any
good for
club,
you in the
but
Prem.
the right offer comes and you take it.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's scoring against Bayern Munich.
So if Norwich and Villa go
That's true.
down,
Yeah.
who joins them?
I'm raising my hand. I agree. I'm going Burnley.
You think they're gonna?
I don't say Burnley.
I don't
Burnley's
I'm
up
saying
in the
Bournemouth.
know.
I'm saying
After
Bournemouth
the
goes
United
down.
match, I was pondering to myself, how is this team still
Arsenal?
in the Premier League?
I go Bournemouth. Bournemouth is going down.
I say if there's no managerial bump with David. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
If there's no managerial bump with David Moyes, I see West Ham going down.
Well, the thing is, I think Villa will get relegated, but I also can see them staying up. They do have some exciting players.
Villa could be that team that
they could make a signing or two that maybe changes it. But
all I'm gonna say though is it's still for a relegation battle. I think it's too early because these bottom teams can go on just a little patch of form, win 3 games, and that can make your season. And just
Norwich have conceded 40 goals already.
Still not as bad as Fulham.
We won't talk about that.
But like Newcastle, they could potentially go on bad form. They could drop down.
they could, but I also think they'd know.
Like St. Maximilian is still injured.
I know. I understand that like the gap between points is not big, so it's possible.
If you're saying Burnley can get relegated, Newcastle can
I
get
don't
relegated.
think Burnley are going to get relegated.
I don't know. If you look at Burnley, you name one exciting player on that team.
McNeil.
Chris Wood.
Chris Wood. Come on, no.
But Sean Dyche has proven that he's
he's a good
consistent in the
manager. The rest of
League.
the team is garbage. Have you watched the United game against them? They did nothing. They just sat back.
Well, how else would you play against United, against a big team?
Exactly.
You sit back and you absorb.
No, if you're gonna constantly do that all season, you're not gonna end up anywhere well. I think they're gonna get. They could get relegated.
Burnley are consistently mediocre.
They remind me of Stoke City.
And Stoke were in the Premier League for a long time though.
Yeah, and look how that ended up. They stay the same
Because they hired Mark Hughes.
It is Mark Hughes.
all I see from Burnley is a bunch of hard men who are
What's wrong with some hard men? If you're saying Newcastle's go down, Newcastle are above Arsenal.
Football,
I'm not saying that.
No,
extremely physical team. I don't like Burnley.
I'm saying because Waz said he thinks Burnley is going to go down, but then I say you have to include Newcastle.
Yeah,
in
a
the
lot of these
conversation
teams
You technically could include Arsenal.
Could go down.
They're the same amount of points.
Greg, let's not go too far.
Right now,
I have John Joe. John Joe can't go down.
Personally, I just hope Burnley gets relegated.
Why?
Sorry, I don't.
Waz does not like
that match,
Burnley.
I don't like anything I saw from that club.
Can we talk about that match then?
Let's talk about United.
Yeah, let's go to United then.
My boys.
You
Match
only
day
said Spurs,
20.
but we didn't talk about United
We'll get
as
on
well.
to Spurs. Who cares about them? No one likes Spurs. United.
I thought you were about United. No one likes United.
Well, no one likes them either, but they have a few more fans. You smacked Burnley. Congratulations.
We're a bit of a more interesting club.
2-0 away against Burnley. Goals from Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford. Rashford's goal, that was shit.
What do you mean?
He fell over and somehow put the ball in.
Doesn't matter.
He didn't even mean to hit it.
A goal's a goal.
Like, he just fell.
Well, I mean, that was a tad lucky, I'll admit, but Martial's finish was
Martial's was fine.
beautiful.
I didn't hate on Martial. I hate on
No,
Rashford.
I think this is a very complete performance from United. We were patient. We pressed. It wasn't just straight counterattack. Just kind of like
Playing
we hoped for.
Burnley.
I understand
You are
that.
Manchester United.
You should be.
But if we played like this against Watford, we wouldn't be Watford. But when we were playing Watford, we relied mostly just on counterattack.
Yes.
I don't think you were that great in the second half though.
Guess what? Shut the fuck up.
You weren't great. This was not a good result. I mean, it's a good result, but it wasn't a great result. You know,
It was more complete than the Newcastle game.
At least United, they're looking better.
No, exactly. I think this is the type of result we needed more than anything, considering our consistency this season.
you have to. Yeah, you start
Like,
becoming
that's the thing.
consistent.
You need to get on a consistent.
Like I said,
Patch of
we're
form.
not good against teams that tend to sit back, and Burnley are more of a physical side as well. I mean, they were just bullying Daniel James. It wasn't even fair.
Daniel James
Somebody
did get-
should have been sent off.
Daniel James did get hit a few times.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the Premier League has turned him into a beating bag. Like, oh my god.
He always gets.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
honestly.
If we quickly do look at the result, though, from match day 19, United got a 4-1 victory over Newcastle. That's a good result.
was a good
Pogba
result.
came back.
That's a good result.
Yeah.
Because
I mean-
Newcastle haven't been crap this year. They did beat City. Then
When-
again,
when
that's not that
United's-
hard
I
to
love
do.
that. I love that Newcastle scored first, and Waz is just like, "Holy crap! What the hell's going on?" He's getting so pissed, and then they
I'm like,
just
we're dog shit. Yeah.
scored 3 goals. Right
It was
after,
great.
you know?
Martial could have had a hat trick, but Pogba decided not to pass them.
But one thing I want to mention.
Pogba.
Yes.
So I found out. Well, a lot of people have been talking about this. Jesse Lingard in 2019, 0 goals and 0 assists.
I'm not surprised.
I saw a picture of Jesse Lingard in a tree, and I said, which of these has more Premier League goals and assists? Fake. They're the exact same.
Jesse Lingard, he had a
He's
season
bad.
or two where he looked good, and ever since then he has not done well.
He's been a
But-
hot young prospect.
Ever since he danced in the Emirates,
And he has a
Yeah.
chance of doing that on New Year's Day.
would
No.
you start him?
No, not at all.
Jesse Lingard starts off the new decade, bang,
Just like a hat
trick. Hat trick against Arsenal.
I'll be honest, he doesn't even come close to Fred. Fred is turned into a quality player for us.
He hasn't been bad.
Good enough.
No, he's
Good for what
he's an engine for
do.
sure. I think there's actually one United fan. He compared him to Kante. Not defensively, but I mean he's kind of like an engine who runs all over the pitch.
I don't like any midfielder like that being compared to Conte at all.
Don't
I don't
ever
like
say-
hearing
Don't
that.
ever say that again.
And that's not even the.
Who did you say that from?
It was on full time devil.
Report them.
No, he's like
Report them for treason. Like,
comparison in terms of he's as an engine. I can agree.
I mean, if you can compare stamina levels, but I mean,
His defensive capabilities and
no.
just
don't
Conte.
don't
no, he's
insult and go.
no. Fred has been performing well for us. There's no doubt about that.
but
and
he's,
no one's gonna disagree with
He's
that.
actually
but
turning to a very reliable midfielder.
just when you compare,
to one to the like one of the
yes.
best midfielders
Yes,
in the
N'Golo
world
Kante
right
is
now.
probably one of the best midfielders like through this decade, but I'm just saying Fred has been well, and I think you guys should stop really slacking on him.
I don't like
we
him.
No, you don't. This guy. Yeah.
We need to be honest here for a second. Hold on. I just pull up the stats here. N'Golo Kante, so far this season in the Premier League, he's won 28 tackles, which is 46% tackle conversion rate. Fred, let me pull him up again. So far this season, Fred has 29 tackles, 45%.
The thing is, Conte's been injured for
Yes,
parts of the
I know,
season,
let's be
Yes.
honest, Conte's kind of a tackle specialist.
Yes.
and he plays in a more possession style team compared to Manchester
Yeah,
United.
I mean, I know it's a silly comparison if you think about it, but Fred has shown some good qualities recently. And
And I agree.
don't-
I praise Fred.
the only player I think I don't like in our midfield is maybe Pereira because he sometimes looks like he's a little lost at times.
Sometimes
He's a little
good, sometimes not so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
not good that often.
So, I mean, and then Mason Greenwood, he's scoring now for
He
United.
scored against
That's
Newcastle.
really good.
That's a good thing to see.
We're starting to form a very scary attack for the future. It's great to see.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing to have a couple goal
And
scorers.
I'll be honest, like our defense is pretty solid usually. And look, can I be honest?
Yes.
If there's one team that could beat Liverpool, I think it's us. Because on our day, we're pretty scary.
Lucas's face
He's
there
like-
is just
When you guys played the first time, what was the results?
It was
1-1.
that was
Okay,
only
So I'm just saying, wasn't that at Anfield too?
No, it was at
Oh,
Old
I
Trafford.
forget, but I'm just saying.
I mean, yes, you guys should be a team that can challenge Liverpool. You are United. You
For a reason, once United start rolling, it's hard to stop them. But clearly,
Yeah.
Watford said no to that.
Well, I
And
think
Newcastle.
Lucas is more scared of like Sheffield United compared to
I don't-
Manchester.
No,
United.
I could agree. United are going to be a big test for Liverpool, just because they do have players with quality that could hurt them. You know, a Rashford free kick or whatever.
Rashford
but-
has been in good form. Martial's in good form.
Anything can happen.
We don't play you guys for a while. so it
Exactly.
doesn't
So
really matter.
that's gonna be interesting to see how well we're gonna be playing around then. So
Let's go to Spuds.
I don't know. I still like to talk about United.
I know you do. You talk about them enough.
Well, we're gonna get back to that
Spurs.
eventually.
They got a
Wait,
two.
whoa, one more thing. We have to
Oh,
talk about
boy.
one thing. Pogba.
What about him?
Did you think there's any? Because he didn't play against Burnley. He wasn't on the team sheet. And I thought the stupidest thing the commentator said, "Oh, there's more to that. He wants out. I think he's gonna be out in January." Shitty accent. I'm sorry, but like, the man just came back from like a 2 to 3 month long injury. I think we're bringing him back well. I think he's not gonna play every game, but did you see anything malicious with that? Ole not playing him?
I didn't think
I
of it
still
to be
think
honest.
that Pogba is looking at the exit.
I don't think so personally.
I don't think he's gonna sign a new contract for you
No.
guys.
I don't know. I think the things I've seen on social media, I think otherwise.
I
Especially
think-
from him, like his accounts. but-
Look, you can portray yourself completely different on social
Yes.
media and act completely different in real life.
Was
Yeah.
it not Sol Campbell who said, "I'm going to stay at Tottenham for a while"? Then literally that hour signed for Arsenal.
or something like that. yeah.
Like I'm
So-
pretty sure it was.
Okay, never-
We just had a Griezmann situation with
Yeah,
this.
he made a
you can't-
documentary.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's
Let's
go
go
back
to
to
Spuds.
Spurs,
2-2 against Norwich City.
they were not
That's
good.
bad.
That's a rough one.
Like,
Considering they've been in good form.
Well,
Considering
Decent
Norwich are
decent form
bottom.
since
well, we got to praise Norwich. They played very well in this match.
And again, VAR
it was like
bullshit.
Huh?
VAR bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll agree. Yeah, no doubt.
Don't do this to Norwich.
I was so happy. I was gonna have a Pookie party.
A Pookie party.
Everyone was gonna be invited.
I thought it was a good goal, so I turned my head away to my computer, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, wait, that was ruled offside. Didn't even look offside.
It starts off with a first goal through Mario Vrancic.
Vrancic.
Yes.
Yes.
There's an accent there.
I tried. Timo Pukki does score in the 34th minute, but is ruled offside by VAR. It's a lovely goal off his chest, good finish.
Exactly.
I was disappointed there, but yeah, he's
think
offside
everyone
by nothing. Foots. Christian Eriksen does make it 1-1 with a good free kick.
Apparently,
Yeah.
like I barely ever see him score free kicks, but
Yeah.
he always takes them. But
Actually, I wasn't even surprised. I knew he was going to score this.
Did you?
It was Christian Eriksen distance by
well, I just said I've never seen him score free kicks.
I don't know.
Well, Waz just knows Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, Waz
apparently.
loves him.
I think-
I hate him because he's Danish, supposedly.
Christian Eriksen, I think he's the one who makes Tottenham tick sometimes. He's the maestro.
He's out of here in about 2 days.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I think he's gonna
he's
go,
on that first plane to Madrid.
which is fine. But he's a class player, and to like you said in I think last episode that you think Ozil's more talented than Eriksen right now, not a chance.
Oh, piss off! Yes. Oh no. You're saying Christian
He
Eriksen.
just likes Ozil because he looks like
Especially,
him.
piss off.
especially if you compare him to Ozil within the last maybe 2 seasons.
I completely agree with Waz. To me, it's not even a question which one is a better player.
Are you kidding?
I think
me?
Eriksen's better than Ozil.
What?
What does Ozil bring to Arsenal?
Especially in recent years, Ozil's kind of just fallen off
He's
the
fallen-
charts.
he's fallen-
Ozil's one of the most talented players of this
He doesn't,
generation.
But he's not showing it anymore.
he doesn't show up in any games.
Did you not watch Arsenal versus Chelsea?
Did you not watch Christian Eriksen in the Champions League, where it actually matters? Yes, Ozil scored a goal against Ludogorets, where he sat down half the team. Congratulations, it's Ludogorets. Like,
Ozil hasn't performed as well on the pitch for Arsenal. That doesn't change the fact that he's one of the most talented players.
Lucas, as a footballer, your job is to perform on the football pitch.
I'm talking about talent.
You judge the talent by the results.
Judge the talent on the players'
So
ability.
just his figment of, he can do whatever he wants to do. If he doesn't put the performances in, who gives a shit what he can do?
Yeah, but I'm not
Eriksen's
saying.
put performances in.
Look, Eriksen also is overrated in my opinion.
I'll be honest.
I agree.
Eriksen's actually one of the reasons why they beat Brighton before Norwich as well. Like,
Did you watch that match?
Yeah, I did actually. And he was.
You woke up at 5 a.m. for that?
No, I watched the highlights, and he was the
The highlights
catalyst.
doesn't tell you everything.
It doesn't, but he was the catalyst of the second goal, which led to the winning goal, which was the winning goal. So in a sense, Christian Eriksen has been having more of an impact over the last 2 to 3 seasons than Ozil.
People of internets.
Who is
Eriksen,
better right now? Eriksen.
Ozil. Who are you picking in your 11?
Ozil doesn't scream maestro anymore to me.
He's so far past his
Did
best.
you not watch him against Chelsea?
Can you explain to me why
They lost.
Why is Eriksen being linked with the likes of Real Madrid when who's Ozil being linked with? No one.
Stuttgart.
Ozil already played for Real Madrid.
Doesn't matter. It's still a big club. Ozil hasn't been linked with a big
Eriksen's
club.
not good enough for Real Madrid.
I
He's
think
gonna
he is.
go there though.
I think he is. I think he fit really well into Real Madrid.
I don't think so.
Basically, here's how. Let me break this down for you. Lucas says Eriksen's overrated. 3 of us say Ozil's overrated. I also say Eriksen's a little overrated, but he's
Yeah,
I don't say
better.
Ozil's overrated. I think he's just a little past his prime, is what I think.
I think Eriksen has fantastic vision, great technical
Both
ability.
are. You cannot deny that both are still great players.
Was there many times in the past few seasons where if Ozil worked a little harder, maybe it would have helped Arsenal more? Yes, but do I also think that managers have been pretty poor with how they've set up the team?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But
I mean, you just see Emery the past year.
And do I think it was a mistake giving him that massive a contract? Probably.
I don't like Ozil.
like Ozil's being linked to go back to some middle
Liam, you're saying you don't
table
like
club
this
in
face?
Germany.
I don't like Ozil. I just don't like him.
I used to like him.
He's not a player I'd have in my team.
I thought he used to be a magical player. Not anymore. Right now, he just screams.
He is technically gifted. No one's going to ever argue that.
He hasn't been showing it.
He hasn't showed up. He hasn't worked hard. He hasn't proved himself. Eriksen has. Eriksen has put in very good shifts, very good performances on nights where it mattered in Champions League, in seasons where they challenged for titles.
In nights that matter? What do you mean? Champions League final?
League
He was
nights.
crap.
All of Spurs were.
They scored They scored a penalty in that game. Was it Harry Kane that scored a penalty in the final?
I couldn't even tell you.
No, they didn't even score a goal.
They didn't score. Yeah,
Oh, I thought
they scored a goal. We were
Liverpool
there.
scored.
We were at that bar.
Yeah, I was crying.
In the Liverpool bar.
Look, I know I'm being overly harsh on Eriksen. I know
I
that.
think you need to give him some respect.
He's a good player, but I think there's many times where I think he doesn't do much in matches either.
I mean,
I agree. I don't think he's Real Madrid. That's where he's going to go because Madrid are desperate right now.
actually, he's been linked with us as well, so I could actually see him going to United.
I could see him going to United if Poch goes to United.
But then
No.
didn't he? I thought he doesn't like Poch anymore.
Although that's gonna be
He wanted to get rid of him.
That's gonna be
Or he wanted to
highly
get away from him. Sorry.
influenced by the fact if Ole can stay or not.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so it's
Let's finish the game against Norwich because Serge Aurier fell over and put the ball in his own
that was
net.
very unlucky.
But Spurs saved their brushes. Harry Kane rescues the point for them. Good finish by Harry Kane, as it always seems to be. But 2-2 against the bottom of the Premier League.
That's not good.
Not great.
And Mourinho wasn't happy.
I mean,
No.
I would assume so.
But they do get a win over Brighton.
2-1 win over Brighton, like was said. Dele Alli with the goal and
Good goal.
Harry Kane goal as well.
You know how that goal was created? It's Eriksen. Just saying, man.
Look, just one example
we're-
doesn't
we're-
make a player this
Okay.
magical.
I like that Dele Alli's found his game again.
Yeah.
Though, under
Yeah, that was a
Mourinho.
good finish he had against Brighton.
Yeah.
Without that finish, that goal was more about that finish than Eriksen's pass there.
Eriksen's created the play though.
Yeah, but
He's the engine.
But without without that finish, who cares if he makes it?
Has Ozil
I'm
been?
just loving Lucas
has
arguing.
Ozil been making Arsenal tick recently? No.
No, not at all. He hasn't played.
This is recent matches he's been involved with the play so much.
I hope so.
There's this one play where he nutmegs one player, gets by another player. It's like I was watching Prime Ozil.
Well, we need more of that, don't we?
Can we talk about a team that like 2 weeks ago was in a relegation battle, now they're in the top 10? Everton. Carlo Ancelotti's
Yes.
here. Everton's doing well.
Yeah.
Match day 20, they get a 2-1 victory over Newcastle. That's a good result for them.
Everton have actually
Away
been,
from home. I actually watched that game. That's a very good game.
It's not even just Ancelotti; it's also been Duncan Ferguson.
It has been. You give
'Cause
massive credit to Duncan Ferguson,
Since
100%.
they got smashed by Liverpool. They've been performing pretty well and getting good results. with them.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the man who Lucas said would never be a good Premier League goal scorer. Shutting you up.
How dare you?
Shutting you up.
Just because he scores 2 against Newcastle, he's all of a sudden this great Premier League goal scorer.
No, just recently he has been
He's
scoring
been-
well.
yeah,
Yes, he's been scoring goals recently. I wouldn't say it's the most outstanding goals in the world, but he's been
No,
scoring.
but he's
them.
also 22.
Lucas, you also said that Joe Linton would be a Premier League hit. The man scored 1 goal this season.
Actually, Calvert.
Did you forget what that story I told you?
What story did you tell me?
I'm not gonna tell.
Oh, well,
him
Bobby?
Yeah.
This young Brazilian comes from Germany. He takes time to settle. No.
Actually,
Joe Linton's crap.
Calvert-Lewin is the type of player I could see going to Arsenal.
Ancelotti said that he tried to sign him for Napoli, I want to say, but he wasn't available, which I find really weird, I gotta be honest. But, you know.
There's rumors Man United put Dominic Calvert-Lewin at the top of their wish list after missing out on Haaland.
I could kind of see that. Yeah, he'd fit well into our dynamic
No,
of young players.
Why?
8 goals,
The thing with
22 years
Haaland,
old.
why does United need attackers?
We'll talk about Haaland.
I know,
later.
but
They just scramble. Give us someone, please.
we need to make someone.
We also kind of just.
Take our money, please.
Well, we kind of need more of everything because we don't always want to rely on our 17-year-olds.
About Calvert-Lewin, he could be a good player, gets into good position and score tap-in goals, but I don't see him as a killer finisher like an Aguero. Like,
Aguero's also not 22.
yeah, but
Aguero's also Aguero.
But you also see
You
things
look at Gabriel Jesus. He hasn't been a clinical finisher.
more than Calvert-Lewin, in my opinion.
He's also playing with De Bruyne and Mahrez.
Look, there's been many times where I see Calvert-Lewin like on one-on-one opportunity to score a goal, and he doesn't finish the opportunity. Kind of like Rashford, where Rashford isn't the best one-on-one
finisher. Explain to me why
finisher.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin was in Angry Birds, the TV show.
Because Everton is sponsored by Angry Birds.
That's so dumb. I don't know why I found that so silly. Anyways,
Sorry.
back to the conversation.
To upset you.
Calvert-Lewin, he does. I think he does a lot of work off the ball. I think he presses well. I think he has a lot more promise than you think. I think you're just giving him slack because he's an Everton player.
No, it's just what I see.
This is
Gabriel Jesus has Kevin De Bruyne passing to him.
and I'll be brutal on.
No, I'm not.
Calvert-Lewin
Has
has
Gylfi Sigurdsson.
no, he has Morgan Schneiderlin.
I'm not talking about like Calvert-Lewin. Many of the goals you've seen, he gets the ball and
They're tap-ins.
Yeah.
They're fox in the box. Jamie Vardy kind of tap-ins.
I'm
But
Yeah.
those goals are still equal to any other goal scored.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't see him as a great
Not
goal
yet.
scorer.
Not yet. Let's give him time. You also thought Moyes Keane was a big hit. He's been bad.
Players adjust to the league.
Like,
Calvert-Lewin's been playing football for the past 3-4 years for Everton.
Players
To
come
be
in
fair,
at different ages.
and he also hasn't had the greatest supporting cast.
But Everton are top 10.
Yeah, because
Scenes.
their management has been pretty good. So,
Can you also say he's just been playing better under a new
Yeah.
manager?
Where's your enthusiasm, Greg?
I don't know.
I think
They're
I
actually, they
think-
had a 1-0
I think
victory
he
over
deserves
Burnley.
more credit than you actually give him.
Maybe he does. Maybe I'm being
I-
overly
I-
harsh.
I give lots
I'm-
of credit to Duncan Ferguson, like you said.
Look, yeah.
He turned Everton
But
season
I don't
around.
think you can really compare
Definitely.
him to a Gabriel
Definitely.
Jesus. They're kind of I mean,
They're the same age.
yeah, but they're completely kind of different strikers. Like one's
I think Calvert-Lewin has been very good for what Everton
yes, exactly. He's been performing when they need him to, which is now.
Well,
needs. Yes.
I don't think most
Well,
of his goals
Everton
have
needed
come
to
from
come back
recent.
in and start playing well, so that's what they're doing.
He took his chance and he's getting it. You know, he's scoring goals when he needs to.
I think we've honestly talked about every Premier League game that's
But
happened.
the thing is, like, I mean, he's 22. Yeah, he's scoring. But Danny Ings is currently scoring too.
Well, as I'm sure everyone knows, all the other leagues are not in place.
Yeah, so
we're
we're
mostly
spending extra time with the Premier League.
Yeah,
because there's no Bundesliga, La Liga,
Bundesliga,
Serie A.
Serie A, La Liga. I mean,
They're all on
I'm willing to
Christmas.
admit that I'm maybe being overly harsh, but look, if I see him score good goals against better opposition, then I'll give him
Well,
credit.
fair enough. At least you're willing to listen. Unlike,
Of course, I'm.
like some of our other hosts here.
what do you mean?
Yeah. You're not very
Is-
Flexible in your opinions.
Is there anything else we can really discuss about in the
Well,
Premier
we
League?
discussed the managerial change at
Yeah.
West Ham. Haaland. Let's go on to Haaland. Haaland.
So I think we can all agree that him going to Dortmund,
He has
very
signed
good, very good move on his part.
He has signed for Borussia Dortmund from Salzburg. Now, interestingly, Manchester United reportedly made the best offer for him.
Yeah.
Best contract, best money, best everything. He turned them down.
I'm not surprised because he said he wanted first team football. He was not going to get that at United consistently.
He also rejected Juventus too, so it's not
Which
just
I think
yeah.
Manchester United.
That's a smart
He
move
wouldn't
too.
get it at Juventus,
Yeah.
though.
I mean, I don't.
Dortmund is a good place for him. He can grow. He
Yeah.
can play there. You know,
And you've
they
seen
need a starting
players that
striker.
come from
That's
Dortmund.
why I thought originally, that's probably the best place for him to go.
Yeah.
United. He's going to fight with Martial, Rashford, and even Mason Greenwood.
Daniel James.
So-
And
Well,
Dortmund's just an
damn.
injured Paco Alcacer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's the perfect place for him to go.
and chances are Jadon Sancho is moving on,
Look,
possibly even January.
no. This
what I'm
does not
saying-
affect
No,
Jadon
no.
Sancho.
No, but what I'm saying is, if in terms of attackers, if Sancho moves on, they can replace him.
No,
with
I think
Haaland.
this does.
with the signing of Haaland.
Why is it not affected by
Because
Sancho?
Sancho is not a striker.
No,
He's
a
a right
winger.
winger. I'm aware, but I'm saying goal production. Dortmund have
But
replaced
why
his
would-
goals.
Why would you get rid of a guy who has 9 goals and 9 assists in January? He's still performing for the club. He hasn't given up on the
Sancho?
club.
Please-
You can sell him in the summer.
please-
I agree, but what if Sancho goes, "Hey guys, I want to go to City or Chelsea or wherever I go."
No. Listen, why would he leave? He's still in a title race.
He technically is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now they have a great goal scorer.
I think if you-
we think.
Hopefully a great
Bringing
goal scorer.
Haaland in that mix gives Dortmund a great edge to maybe actually push for the title.
Yes, 100%. Because Bayern Munich have been good.
So if I'm
but they haven't
trading
been
Sancho,
great.
I'm thinking I'm going to wait till the summer to move. I still have the Euros to deal with.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So-
I wouldn't want to see Sancho. I like him at Dortmund. I like this young Dortmund team. But what I'm saying is, if Dortmund here's 100 million, they go, that's tough to pass up.
They can wait till the summer.
Yeah, they can wait.
Dortmund-
You never
still
know
in
what happens.
champ-
An injury could happen.
I would
or this or
wait.
that.
You say that about so many things.
Dortmund's still in,
reality, Lucas.
Dortmund's still in Champions League. Everything. I don't see him going.
Dortmund
anywhere.
in a good position.
The
still.
reality is 100 million has come around every day.
It's
If
gonna come
you're-
around in the summer.
Yeah.
If he's healthy,
If
everything
Dortmund
goes
wants
well,
to compete in the Champions League, they're gonna want to keep a player like Jadon
100%,
Sancho.
100%. Are you okay? Or what?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's just some of the stuff you say.
What?
Relax, Jonah Hill.
If Sancho gets injured or something happens to him, he's not going to be worth 100 million in the summer.
Good. Players recover.
Good.
It'd be cheaper for United to buy.
Okay.
So that's my logic there.
You can generally you could say that about anything.
Yeah,
A player
it's-
could break his leg on his first day of training.
100%.
I would-
Like it's
100%.
such a
He's
This is going to be a backhanded right here. This is going to be a backhanded comment. Such a naive prisoner of the moment thing to say. That's his favorite term.
That's not
prisoner of the
well,
moment.
that doesn't really fit in this
You
case
literally say that every episode.
because
That's
we're always
kinda-
prisoners of the moment.
Well, especially you.
Piss off.
I mean, I am too. Whenever United win, I think we're gonna win the
Okay.
league.
There's like
Anyways,
episodes
why
where-
did we get
where
on to
the title
Jadon
right
Sancho and
is-
we're on
because he
Haaland?
brought it up.
I know.
I know.
But we're talking about
Haaland.
Because people on the internet think that Haaland joining Dortmund means Jadon Sancho is going to leave. No, it doesn't.
Lucas,
How about they play
Lucas,
together and
we are
do
literally
good?
people on
Yes.
the internet.
I agree with
We
that.
are literally people on
Haaland
the
is a
internet.
striker, center forward.
I'm just
Jadon
gener-
Sancho is a right winger. Do you see the difference?
Yes, I do. I'm talking about goals.
Triangle does not equal
What if
square.
Liam, how about one gets an assist, one gets a goal, and they work
I
together?
don't want Sancho to leave. Why are we not hearing me here?
Yeah.
I like Dortmund.
Because
I predicted them to win the Champions League, for God's sake.
Jesus.
you keep bringing up these hypothetical situations that
Yeah.
won't
I'm not
happen.
the only one.
Yes, I know that.
Literally,
That's why I said many people on the
The
internet.
Sancho rumor back to Chelsea or to Chelsea has been going on for months now.
Yes,
Yeah.
but there's no reason for me to believe that it's going to happen in January.
I just don't see it happening in January.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Okay, well, what about other rumors?
What other rumors you got?
Well, are we still? Can we still talk about Haaland?
Can we talk about
Yes.
this
Okay,
transfer?
so here's the thing. So United pulled out of a deal for Erling Braut Haaland due to Asian demands. His father wanting 1% of any future sale and the request for a buyout clause.
But then Raiola said
The
that
Raiola
wasn't.
is his
Raiola said that
agent.
he rejected United, but he also rejected other
Yeah,
clubs.
screw Raiola.
Can we talk
Glad.
about
But yeah, there's
Zlatan.
Yeah, that we're gonna get.
oh
to
wait,
that, yeah.
but about the Holland, there's like a 20 or 30 million transfer fee,
Yeah.
but apparently there's also 10 million goes to his dad. So yeah, extra 10 million goes to his dad.
Fair enough.
Then the extra
Look.
15 million goes to Raiola
Can I just make some
in a
final-
second. Let me finish my point.
Lucas is on fire today.
No, you're fine.
6 million per year for the first 2 years of his contract, I think. Then 8 million afterwards, and then also he has a release clause in his third year of his contract.
Look, as a United supporter, I see this as kind of a blessing in disguise because how I said, we don't really need him. We need a midfielder that's creative. Anyways,
I agree with that.
Now let's move on to the man, the myth, the legend, Zlatan. He's back in Europe.
We all love to see
He
it.
picked a shitty AC Milan, but he's back.
He's got to go somewhere because he was not a fan of California. it
Piontek
seems.
and Zlatan working
Piontek's
together?
been really bad this year. It sucks.
Shocker. One hit wonder? What?
He'll be back.
Pew, pew, pew.
Well, let's hope he gets back.
Ding dong ding.
Ends up becoming top goal scorer at the Euros.
Yes.
And then
Are you s- You're gonna get knocked out of your group.
we're not. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, man.
Okay, as you can tell, if you're new, these two are Polish.
Yeah, we're
So
Polish.
they like
Anyways,
Piontek. Me and
Literally,
Liam.
any player who's Polish is a god. Like
Like, what I see here,
Lucas Fabianski, Golden Glove.
Ibrahimovic will turn Piontek into a godlike.
I mean, Piontek could be going out on loan in January
It's
for
fine.
all we could know.
Anyways, yeah.
Any club you can play in fourth division Spain is
But-
still better than AC Milan.
But what do you think?
That tire fire of a club.
How is this going to help AC Milan? Do you see them kind of going up the
They're
standings,
gonna,
maybe?
they're gonna sell jerseys. They're going to have some market share, and they might win a few more games.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're not
Also,
gonna do
just
it.
excitement
how-
that Zlatan is back
Can you
in
see
Europe.
Zlatan really having an impact anymore? In Europe?
It's a 6-month contract.
Yeah.
Do I see him doing as much as he
I
used
mean,
to?
I've
No,
seen-
of
He's
course
38.
not.
He's
Yeah,
38.
but
I've seen a 38-year-old Luca Toni win the Golden Boot in Italy before, so anything's possible.
and we've also seen Zlatan do a bicycle
Well,
kick
let's be real
just
here.
pretty recently.
Strikers in Italy age like fine wine. They do
It's
better with age.
Italy.
That's how players do in
Moyes
Italy.
Keane came off with this huge reputation. It's Italy. Gervinho looked like Pele for a while.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know about that actually.
Like,
Yeah, I'm
not
laughing
Pele,
at it.
but
you're
he looked
being
good.
I think you're being overly harsh, Liam.
I can't stand Syria.
And if you're new, he doesn't like Syria.
Well, this makes it a little bit more exciting. Zlatan. So does this mean we're going to Italy?
We gotta see Zlatan again.
Yeah, we just follow wherever Zlatan goes.
Go watch his last ever game in the San Siro.
Well, I'll be
Because San
packed
Siro
though.
is not going to be. Is it after this year? Is not going to be or
I have no idea.
2 seasons?
I feel like a lot of this stuff about the San Siro, they say one thing, but really they don't
Yeah.
mean that, and
because
it's not
it's
going to
Italy,
happen.
Lucas. One thing gets said, it doesn't happen for another 6 years. I have Italian family. My uncle in Italy, there was a pothole outside of his house. The city came, puts paint around to fix it. 5 years later, it was still there. It's Italy.
Did it get fixed eventually?
Things take its time, okay?
But no, this pothole.
I have no idea about it. I didn't
Should
ask him.
Call him right now.
I don't have his number with me right now.
Weird, man. Don't do that.
Is that hole in the street fixed outside your house, long distance, middle of the night?
Why are you
tell
calling me after like 5 years?
I mean, it's like
It's
6 a.m.
also-
in Italy.
I'm not calling him for that.
Anyways, yeah.
Is there any other transfers?
Juventus apparently are going to sign a midfielder for 35 million euros.
Do we know who?
You probably have never heard of this man in your life.
Tell me his name.
Kulusevski.
You're correct. I have not.
Yeah,
You Russian?
no, he's Swedish.
Oh God, I'm
Who
sorry.
does he play for?
He plays for. He's owned by Atalanta, but he's on loan at Parma.
Okay.
Apparently, he's been impressing a lot of people this season, and there's a lot of interest from clubs like Inter. People said Manchester United, but they were never interested. This
linked with everybody.
Honestly.
people kind of like compare him to like Milinkovic Savic in his early days at Lazio. So
Fair enough.
so he is.
He'll get signed and loaned out within half a minute. So,
No,
Yeah.
no, he's probably going to join in the summer. I read,
yeah.
but he's probably going to stay at Parma for the rest of the season, and
Well, if he's performing well there, you might as well keep him.
yeah,
there,
and
so.
Atalanta are going to make a nice profit off him, and Conte's going to be pissed
Good
because
for
he's not
Lucas's
joining
favorite
Inter.
Italian team, Atalanta.
I mean,
He loves them.
I don't have a favorite Italian.
He loves Atalanta.
Lucas loves
Actually,
Atalanta.
like I bought 2 of this guy's cards.
I thought you were going to say you bought 2 Atalanta jerseys.
No, I bought 2 Kulusevski trading cards. You know, so if he gets big one day,
Scott point. Flip him for more. Do that Gary V way.
Is there any other transfers, or should we move on to the game?
let's do it.
Let's get to the game.
All right. So the old firm. This is what everybody's been waiting
We-
for.
All the
Well-
TikTok viewers.
We've
It's
got a
been
good
a long
yeah,
way.
Good Scottish following. I love it.
I'm upset.
Thoughts? Give us.
First off, the result of the game 2-1 for Rangers.
At Celtic Park.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And
big.
what's the stat on that, Liam? You want to tell
What?
the stat of the unbeaten? What they broke?
Oh, we had never lost at home so far this year.
Yeah.
That's what
well,
you're
yeah.
saying? Yeah. Basically, yeah, we lose 2-1.
and to lose it to your the biggest rivals.
to be
is-
honest, the one goal we did score should not have counted. It went off of our striker's hand. We were terrible. Celtic were bad. You know, and we saw it in the cup final where Celtic did not deserve to win. We got lucky. We went. Shut up. What you're saying was shut up. We were undeserving to win in the cup final. We did not deserve a win here at all. We were outplayed completely. The midfield was dominated by Rangers. They have the right game plan. I give credit to Rangers. I'm not naive to think that
they didn't deserve to
they
win.
deserved
It was
to win.
unlucky.
They had
it's
the
that
better
kind of
game
stuff,
plan.
yeah.
They played better. We could not get the ball to our best players. You know, Ryan Christie, who's probably been our best player this season, was defended out of the game. James Forrest, I think, touched the ball about 6 times all game. I don't know why he didn't get on a bus at halftime. Our left winger, Johnston, he actually had a good game, but he's like 20. Like he's so good. Hudson Edward was coming so far deep to get a touch of the ball that he just couldn't get any shots on net. I thought defensively we were all right. Center backs, I mean, I'm just happy Alfredo Morelos didn't score. The prick that he is. He got sent off again. He's never scored against Celtic, but he gets sent off every bloody time.
That's great.
Was it deserved?
Oh, yeah. The first yellow card was for a tackle, I believe. I'm not sure what. Second one was for a dive in the 90th minute in the box. Literally, no one around. He just jumps over, and then he goes walking out the field, slitting his throat to the Celtic fans. Oh yeah, it was nasty. He's a piece of work. I gotta be honest, but I mean, the result is what it is. It says itself. We were not good enough for the win. Credit to Rangers for getting the victory, but Steven Gerrard, act like you've won something before.
Lucas's favorite player.
Yeah, it's my favorite player of all time.
Act like you've won something before. He goes ape shit on the sideline. Okay. He goes ape shit on the sideline. Headbutts the camera. Celebrates like a madman with the wave fence. And then pushes the cameraman out of his face. It's just one game, Steven. It's not the league. It's not a title. It's not a trophy. It's one game. You're still not even first place.
I mean, they have a game in hand on you guys.
They're not first place.
If they win that game, they're ahead of you.
That's cute. We'll beat them at
I'll be
Ibrox.
honest, the pressure is on right now.
The pressure's been on all season.
No.
Yeah, but losing at home.
Rangers have made significant steps the last 2-3 years in terms of being more of a title contender. You can 100% see the players they brought in have done well. You know, Alfredo Morelos is the top goal scorer in Scotland. You know, he's done very good this year. He can't score against us, but you know, he's done well. We've not been great. Our good players that we had last season or 2 years ago, like Scott Sinclair, that man, I don't know what happened to him. Like, he couldn't get in our reserve team at this moment. He's done nothing. Fraser Forster's been a revelation for us at the back. Christopher Julian and Christopher Ayer have been very good at center back. I'm not sold on our left back, Bully Bolingoli. He frightens me. He doesn't want to defend.
Well, that's because you got rid of your
left
left
we sold
back.
Tierney, yeah. Scott Brown, he had a good game. Like I said, McGregor, he took the shot to score a goal. He didn't score it, but he had a decent game. Christie's been good this year, but I don't know. I think Celtic have to spend some money in January. I know they're being linked with a Slovenian striker, so that fills me with confidence.
His name?
I couldn't tell you.
Surprised Zlatan didn't go to the Celtic, as you know he's always been rumored to go there by you.
We can't afford his wages. That's all it comes down to.
Just sell one of your walls at whatever your stadium.
Sell the stand?
You just sell a stand, yeah.
To pay for Zlatan. The Zlatan stand.
It's actually probably a good idea.
No, but honestly, like, yes, we're in a very big title race right now, but we need to spend money in January and improve our side.
I think you're a little harsh on Steven Gerrard.
Why?
He should be.
Did you see his reaction?
Yes.
He should be excited.
Can you insert a clip of his reaction, Lucas? Please do, because it's just it's ridiculous.
It's good to be excited because it's a massive win for the
say
team,
he's
but
never-
I was going a bit over
To never say he's-
much.
he's
And
won the
Lucas
Champions League.
Lucas is not going to say much about it because
Like, I'll be honest, the man's won the Champions League. He knows how to celebrate something.
I thought Liam, I honestly thought you were going to say I'm surprised Steven didn't slip while he was celebrating.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay,
I mean,
probably should have.
So, Liam, Celtics won the Ladbrokes Premiership for 9 years in a row.
yes. Now, in Scotland, there's a thing called... It's... The big thing in Scotland is 10 in a row. Rangers and Celtic have both won 9 premierships in a row. No one's ever done 10 in a row. So Rangers are doing everything they can to stop 10 in a row. So Celtic, that's their main goal, is get to 10. Who cares about anything else? Win the 10. I'm worried.
You're worried?
Oh, of course I am. It's a title fight right now. It's close as it's been for the past 9 years.
I mean, this is the best Scottish football's been ever. Not ever, but
Not ever. We were once winning European championships.
But there's a title race.
Yeah.
Both of these clubs are both in the knockout stages of the Europa
Yeah.
League. This can't be a bad thing.
There's money coming back into Scotland. You know, the game is getting a bit better.
Ryan Kent, he's an excited player.
Yeah, he
Ryan Kent.
played for Liverpool.
He actually, the goal he scored was fantastic. Left foot, curled it back into the corner. It was a good hit. I'm not a huge fan of Scott Arfield. He is Canadian. I don't like him. It's a bit of a prick.
Well,
So in
Is there
general,
anything else you want to ask me? In general, what?
what do you see Celtic doing in the next decade?
in the next decade.
Do you see
Next decade.
what's a prediction for Celtic you can make? Kind of make.
We will win the 10. We will be the first Scottish team to win 10 in a row.
Yes, and Liverpool will win the league. That's nothing surprising.
Hey, that was my
Hey,
prediction.
that honestly, it's
the
not
next decade.
sold right now that Celtic will win 10. That if they win the 10, that's all I care about.
Who
win
would
the
have
10.
thought there'd be a tighter
title race?
tighter title race in this SPL than the Premier League?
Yeah.
So
In the next decade, what do I see? Well, I hope they continue to invest in the squad and be more contenders in Europe again.
is this where we kind of shift to a little decade conversation?
Yes.
To end
yes.
off the podcast for the new year.
We were originally going to do like a different episode every week of like breaking down the decade of football, but that just never happened because we're busy people.
Yeah.
So we're going to do kind of different topics right now. At the end of this, just quickly wrap up.
Yeah, because we've been going for a while.
We
This
have
has
been
been a
going
great
for a
Yeah.
while.
podcast. I've enjoyed myself.
It is
Great,
currently
great Premier
it's
League.
11:30 p.m. It's late.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna break down. What should we start with? Should we start with the greatest moment of the decade?
Oh, your favorite moment of the decade.
Favorite moment of the decade.
See, is this like our personal favorite
Yes.
moments? Like,
Personal favorite moment
of
the
like
decade.
all football kind of thing?
Club football, international, Champions League, anything you want. What would you like to start off with, Greg?
Why am I first?
Because I just chose you.
All right. Well, personally, one of the best things was us going to LA and watching Zlatan. He's scoring a bicycle kick because that was honestly insane.
Honestly, yeah. Think about
We don't
It's a
get to
good
watch
moment.
great soccer here, and
Not-
or soccer,
well,
football. Sorry,
Thank you. You got pissed off some people there. If you say so.
it was.
Calcio.
To be fair, it was MLS.
Yeah,
so,
so in that context,
it-
it makes sense.
But yes, football, great football here.
Yeah,
There you
live in person, we don't get incredible
So seeing
standards.
a legend,
A legend
like
of the
Zlatan
game, score a
Ibrahimovic,
legendary goal. Yeah,
it
Yeah,
was insane.
I mean, it's been voted like top 5 goals of the MLS season.
Yeah.
Or best goal of the year by some.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
The odds that we go to one MLS match and Zlatan scores a bicycle kick, like that's insane.
It was insane. Yeah.
what's your moment?
Of this decade?
Yes,
Oh my god. Thinking back.
you weren't. This was literally your idea to discuss this.
I
You
know.
didn't have
it's
one selected.
like a personal
A
moment.
personal favorite moment of the
Oh.
last 10 years.
I have to probably pick something from the Euros.
Okay, which Euros?
I think I'm gonna go to 2012 when Lewandowski scored the opening goal for the Euros.
Okay,
I was so excited for those Euros. You know, I remember.
in Poland.
Yeah, I remember as soon as I think the 2008 Euros ended, I was like, I'm so hyped for the next one.
Yep.
Like that was perfect. I skipped school for that. We didn't win the match. We drew Greece, so and we got bounced in the group stage. No surprise, but yeah, it's a personal.
Don't worry, it'll
and
happen
then-
again.
And the second personal moment, piss off. Okay. Probably when Ferguson retired and we won the league in 2013.
Fair enough.
Other than
Yeah,
that, I haven't been that excited as a United supporter. I mean, the Europa League final was great, but it's the Europa League.
Shall I go next?
Sure.
Do you have an idea what mine is?
I think so.
Tony Watt versus Barcelona.
Oh,
Celtic beat Barcelona 2-1 at home. I mean, I don't think there's been an ever better football moment
That-
for Celtic fans. I mean,
that's
not
your-
this recently.
that's your moment of the decade.
2012.
Oh, actually, I thought of something else.
What'd you think of?
I think if I'm going totally unbiased, I think the greatest moment of this decade was Leicester winning
Leicester
the Premier
City.
League.
Yeah,
that was,
that
that
was-
was,
I thought
that
this
was my
was
close
great.
second.
Yeah,
100%,
I remember how hyped we were to watch Leicester win the Premier League. Let's celebrate.
See, that's awesome, but it's not like personal. It's
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah,
that-
my personal moment would be Celtic beating Barcelona in the Champions League, just because I remember watching that game and going incredibly. I went nuts. I had that game saved on my TV for months afterwards. I'd watch it every once in a while.
I mean, for me, it's like Euro 2012 is the reason how I got into
Yeah.
this whole
Yeah.
football
Yeah.
world. Because I literally the reason why I bought the FIFA 12 video game is so I can get my kind of knowledgeable
Yeah.
for the Euros.
but yes, Leicester as a football
Yeah.
moment,
It was fantastic.
incredible for this decade. You know, the team that, like I said, had the great
Yeah, I mean-
escape the year before and came out and just won the league. It was
There
incredible.
have been a lot of great moments this decade. I think the second one for me actually probably be Brazil losing 7-1 to Germany in the World Cup.
Yeah,
So I'm
As a
Lucas-
Brazil fan, I don't know if that was one of my favorites.
Lucas, what do you have? Let me guess.
Well, so Liverpool is my favorite club.
Yeah.
Starting the decade, it was terrible. But as the decade got longer and longer, well, we got more into the decade, it got better. And 2019, my favorite moment of the decade happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a slip. Okay.
But
no, I think we all knew it coming.
yeah, my favorite moment, probably the happiest I've ever felt in my life, and craziest emotions was the comeback against Barcelona.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was great.
Yeah, more than the final. It was the Barcelona game,
Yeah.
100%.
Because going into it, you know, low expectations.
It's
Like,
Barcelona.
You're down
like, it's-
3-0.
Also, key players were missing in
Yeah.
that match, and just the most incredible thing I've ever watched in my life happened.
Yeah.
Trent is the
Oh.
god.
The goal early on that brought the hype out and got you invested. Like, this could really happen. 2 goals, we can do that, even without our players. Even without Salah or Firmino, this could happen. But then Wijnaldum comes on in that second half, scores a brace, and I'm going nuts. I'm running around in the basement here, and just screaming as loud as I can. My eyes couldn't believe what I was watching. And then the 4th goal, oh my gosh, man, that was just remembering that.
Yes.
The emotion, you can't explain it. It's just, you have to live through that and just enjoy it.
Yeah, to win the Champions League is.
Kind of-
I'm sure it's.
I mean, I can kind of relate. I also kind of, it's like when United beat City 3-2.
Yeah.
That comeback was pretty epic for me, but not to the. It wasn't epic as yours.
Because
I think.
it's in a comeback you never expect.
Yeah.
No.
You go
What? Another one for me will be watching Barcelona come back against PSG.
That was
Sergio
wild.
Roberto.
Yeah.
I know it's not a club I support, but it was still incredible to watch that.
For you know.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Yeah.
My only problem with that is, well, nothing about the match and the comeback itself. That's fantastic, and the moment itself was brilliant. But then they just lost the next round,
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
which
So
kind
you
of
kinda killed
tarnished
the-
it a little.
Another good moment would be not a good moment, but Arjen Robben's goal in the Champions League final against Dortmund.
Don't want to. I
Just
don't want
that slow roll
It was a-
into the
to.
net.
It's a dark time.
No, but it was a great moment. It was incredible.
Yeah, but
Drogba's goal
I
in the
think
Champions League final.
If
Oh,
Yeah,
that was-
yeah.
now if I'm being unbiased, 3rd best moment in my opinion this decade, or most epic, was probably Aguero's goal.
Aguero.
It was a memorable
the whole
goal.
story behind that, just how
Yeah.
it kind of happened.
Yeah.
You can't write that really.
The last kick of the season
Actually,
wins
no.
it.
That's something you think you'd see like in a fairy tale
Yeah.
movie, scripted shit.
Yeah.
Actually happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Another
I
one.
watched it live.
Another one. Atletico Madrid winning La Liga last save of the season against
Yeah.
Barcelona
Yep.
at the
Yeah.
Camp Nou.
Yeah.
Where
Ronaldo's bicycle kick against Juventus.
He had a couple bicycle kicks.
Gareth Bale's
Gareth
bicycle
Bale,
kick.
Yeah.
bicycle kick. Yeah.
Ronaldo just going, see.
I love that one because Fulham got promoted right before them, so I was very happy.
Inter winning the treble.
One of my favorite moments.
First,
as well.
only Italian club to ever win the treble. Mourinho going crazy.
Yeah, really, everyone kind of just forgets what happened in club football in like 2010.
Everyone forgets the first half of the decade. Because
Yeah.
a lot's happened in the second half of this decade. A lot of drama, a lot of big
and to
teams.
start off the next decade, Lucas ain't gonna forget the beginning, right, Lucas?
Your first,
Oh, I don't know.
first
I
ever.
don't know. I don't know what's
Lucas,
gonna
don't
happen.
say
Lucas,
this.
oh my god.
Liverpool's going to win the Premier League.
We'll see.
I hate this guy so much.
I mean,
And they're still going for the
I
Champions
can
League
actually
too.
see
So.
from his point of view why he would be still weary
Oh,
because
of
the
course,
past.
of course, but
But as kind of neutrals, we can't
it's a
see, hey,
six.
Our-
It's a
you gotta- we gotta
16-point lead.
Our next topic will be best player of the decade. I'm going to do best player and then your favorite player.
Okay,
Best player of the decade.
Best player.
We're all saying the same.
Lionel Messi.
3, 2, 1.
Lionel Messi.
Luka Modric can be a
Oh,
shout.
fuck off. No.
Ballon d'Or winner.
Ronaldo obviously can.
Ronaldo's
Ronaldo
within the
can be there.
conversation, but
Emil Heskey.
yes.
Oh, yes, best moments.
Favorite player?
Ronaldo, Portugal winning the Euro 2016.
Yeah, in
I-
France, yeah.
Yeah, because
Nah,
that was
I
brilliant.
dare.
Yeah.
Meh.
Now, favorite player of the decade.
Come on, man. Robert Lewandowski.
Fair enough. Lucas?
Oh, Steven Gerrard.
Okay.
Greg's got some funny players. I already know
David
yours.
Luiz.
David Luiz is a great one. I love his free kicks. Probably Ibra.
Ibra?
Yeah,
I love
okay,
what-
Yeah.
I gotta go Scott Brown. Man's
I
just
like
won titles for days. I think he's like 26 trophies now for him. It's not bad.
Now, back when Ibra
Well, you
played
guys have, like, a
Europe and
favorite
stuff,
club-
so the early part
Favorite
of the
club
decade.
player
but-
of the decade, maybe.
It'd be Scott Brown.
Steven Gerrard.
I I'd have to go maybe Marcus Rashford. He's given me some hope in the last half.
Really?
In the last
Marcus
half.
Rashford.
Since
Over like
Robin Van Persie?
See,
Never mind.
and
Wayne
Wayne Rooney.
Giggs, Scholes, Van der Sar, Vidic, Ferdinand. I could
There's
keep
so
going here.
many for United.
Yeah.
Chicharito.
Rashford.
Keith Sung
He goes with
Young.
a Rashford.
Rashford's kind of made the last half of this decade more.
Bloody
exciting.
John O'Shea.
He's given us some hope. Yeah, I mean, after Ferguson left, everything kind of.
Phil Jones.
Don't bring
Okay,
up
no,
his
Phil
name.
Jones, okay.
Yeah, what Adnan Januzaj too, Talis?
Legend that is.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. So, any other topics?
Did you have one in mind? Oh, right. Predictions for the next
Yes.
decade.
What do you think is going to happen in 2020? Greg already said the first one. Liverpool will win the first Premier League of the decade. I think.
You're gonna call me crazy for this next one.
Yep.
United will win the league by 2025.
I think we're going to enter a new stage of the Premier League.
Well,
in a
we
sense.
talked about this before the podcast where
The top 6 is no longer going to be a thing. It'll be the top 10.
and I hope it's like that. I hope everything's closer.
I think there'll be a lot of teams challenging for the title and challenging for silverware that are not necessarily the big boys.
Personally, I kind of have I kind of can see Ole's vision. It's kind of starting to be slowly, kind of like how Klopp built Liverpool, but a little bit slower.
Oh, so he's back on the
He's on
Manchester
United.
United. Okay.
I'm talking the Premier League's on
No,
United.
but because I said I think United will win the league by 2025.
Potentially.
And
You should be a Premier League
and
contender.
I-
that filters into
yeah.
what I'm saying. United, Leicester, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, City,
I just
Everton.
I do see something there with Ole when he's trying to build, and it kind of reminds me of what Klopp did with Liverpool, but his is going to take a little
You're
bit.
having not Michael Edwards, that's Liverpool's guy.
Ed Woodward.
Yeah, that guy. If that guy's
No, I know.
making your footballing decisions, you're not going to be anywhere near Liverpool.
No, that's why I kind of said it's going to take a little bit more time than you guys. You guys kind of took the fast road, it seems, somehow.
Well, it took 4 years.
I want to.
that's pretty fast.
Let's move out of the Premier League. Let's move to Champions League.
Oh.
Do we see any particular teams dominating Champions League?
Anyone new?
Dortmund, I think, by the mid 2020s will be a dominant force.
Okay, that's a good shout.
Especially if they
No.
Do you think
No.
Liverpool will go on a bit of a run here and win multiple in a row like Real Madrid did?
I think we will win another Champions League with Klopp.
That's
yeah,
worth a
that's-
shout.
And
that's fair.
I think
Are we entering? There's always like cycles in Europe where English teams are dominant, Spanish teams are dominant, German teams. Are we back in
think
the
England.
English teams are
Lucas,
dominant?
I see what you mean by Dortmund, but I think Leipzig is going to
Yeah.
turn into a giant. I think, yeah.
They have the
Can-
money. They have good players. They have a good coach.
They have the backing, right?
I just
so-
think like
Can Leicester come in now? I mean, of course they don't have Champions League yet, but
Yeah.
will they get it
Could
and
we
come
see
in?
a
And,
team from like the Netherlands, maybe Ajax,
outside
pull
of the
something?
big
Yeah.
big leagues. Yeah.
do you think there's going to be a European Super League?
I know you're gonna say no. Celtic are not winning the
No,
Champions
no.
League.
Actually, I was gonna ask: is PSG gonna win it?
They should.
Do you think the Champions League structure is going to change, and do you think the European Super League is going
I'd
to be
hate if it
implemented?
did.
I
It's
hope
so
not.
good. Don't touch it,
No.
Perez.
will
Don't touch it.
Will Mbappe win a Ballon d'Or
Yes.
in the next
He
decade?
will win multiple Ballon d'Ors. Honestly,
Will Van Dijk.
here we go. Here's a shout. Mbappe wins 5 Ballon d'Ors this next decade.
That's
Have
a
that in
lot.
paper. Have that in paper. 5 Ballon d'Ors for Mbappe before 2030.
I'm changing. I think Van Dijk will win one.
I think she won the
I can
last
see
one.
But actually, I think my biggest prediction for the next decade, England will win a major international trophy.
Like a Euros or a World Cup.
Yeah.
That-
Lucas, you're gonna have to archive this video and 2030 repost it. Even if we're not posting anymore, it's gonna go up on the channel.
Well, it's going to be up on the internet forever.
No.
Yeah. It's,
Well,
well,
re-uploaded.
let's
Just
we
a
all become
segment.
AI and die.
That's
Never
grim.
mind. Don't trust me. I have some very archaic thoughts.
Is there anything else we
Wow.
want to talk about, or are we gonna wrap up? It's been a long episode.
Yeah, we apologize
Sorry,
for the
you know
long
the New
episode.
Year.
Probably have more predictions, but I can't think of any.
We might upload
I
something
think
to
we're a little
TikTok or
tired
something.
and
Yeah,
Don't
but yeah,
know, but-
like I said, keep a look on our TikTok. We might upload things there. We on our
if you're
social
still
medias.
first, if you're still here, thank you for still being here. It's been a very long episode.
congratulations
To your corporation.
to making it this far into the show.
I mean, if you love the Premier League as much as
We
all do,
All I can
like,
say, yeah, it's Happy New Year.
Yes,
and Happy New Year, yes.
Welcome to the new decade. And hopefully, football is even more so incredible. But I think that's going to wrap it up here. So, yeah, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Following us all on social medias. Like the video. Comment down below. Get involved in the conversations.
Hopefully you stay with us throughout the new year now.
We've got new things planned. New segments. Things are coming up. You know, we're going to try and be more active with our uploads and our posting and everything. You know, we're getting good feedback from you guys. We're getting good subscriber numbers.
We love when you guys comment and let us know what you think.
You guys have kind of helped us build a nice foundation going into the new year.
We want to keep it going.
We're excited to see what lies next for the 90th minute. There's something special happening now, I feel, so I'm excited.
Got the special sauce.
Yes.
What's this flavor?
I don't know.
But from all of us here at the 90th minute, Greg, Lucas, Waz, and myself, Liam, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another year in the beautiful game. See you next time.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
Arguably back then better than your current Mane.
No crap, Cristiano Ronaldo's one of the best players of all time.
And then are you going to slam Wayne Rooney, who's probably one of the best center forwards at the time? Park Ji-sung, the Korean with iron lungs? He's a legend.